Welcome, everyone, to all Nonstop Impact fans feature right here on the TNI Network. This is Trey along with my co-host Bill and Uncle Mark, no J-Bone, and this is the NWA-TNA number 80 throwback.
Jeez.
Time Machine Tuesday throwback review. What's up, gentlemen? What's going on, boys? No J.
No J-Bone.
J-Bone is not feeling well, guys. If you have the Twitter, I would say send him a message. Tell him to feel.
I think he's going to hang out in the chat. We might see him at some point.
Is he in the chat?
Will.
Okay.
I don't know if he's there yet, but he did say he was going to try to be in the chat. So we'll see.
That'd be great. That'd be great, Bone. Hopefully he can. Hopefully he's here.
Get well soon to our elder statesman.
He is the elder statesman of TNI, so hopefully you feel better. Quick top of the show thing. Rest in peace to the assassin, Jody Hamilton, who passed away today. Jody Hamilton was Nick Patrick's father, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah, that's right. So that's heel referee, famous referee Nick Patrick, the NWO referee. That's his father. Shit. Yeah, that's his father. So one of the best trainers of all time. He was the power plant trainer and everything.
Yeah,
Jody Hamilton
I didn't realize how many people he trained.
Yeah, never had a TNA connection, but obviously wrestlers he trained did show up in TNA.
A lot of them, yeah.
Penzer put something out there as well. I guess he got.
And he obviously
the business.
Well, he was Mr. WCW and during the power plant years, so I'm sure he probably knew him pretty well.
He was on Penzer's show a little while ago. The Penzer sitting ringside,
which he made free, I think. So check it out.
Yeah, that episode's free now, so go check that out. Yeah, because Penzer's behind a paywall now because he's a big deal. He's a big shot now. David Penzer.
Wait, wasn't he supposed to be on tonight?
He teases us. He basically,
I don't think he ever confirmed ever being on.
Blue balls us a lot with like when he's going to be on.
We've had him on audio before.
We've had him on audio. He never does video though.
No,
I don't think he ever does video anywhere actually.
Oh really?
He's
that handsome devil.
He's an enigma, man. I know he's a handsome guy. You think David Penzer, that he would come on cummerbund and all, but he has no cummerbunds left. He said he got rid of them. No more.
I don't. It's a much more casual world. I can't say I blame the poolside.
Oh, you wonder where those cummerbunds went. Did he sell them on eBay, or did he do Goodwill?
No, he says they're all in the closet. But he says he gets offers for people wanting to buy him all the time.
Okay,
which is
so he still has them. He just
still has them. Yeah, he's not
have them woven into like thongs or G-strings or something, and then autograph them and sell them.
I'm just shocked he doesn't wear them now. Like, why not? It's like his shtick, it's like he's known for it. So why not? Why not just wear them?
Because it's a casual world now.
I guess. Yeah, it is a comfortable world, man. I mean, I work in pajamas.
Yeah, it's
shorts.
all like Paul. Where Paul's from in Hawaii, right? Everybody wears shorts and a
hang loose
down, short sleeve shirt to work. We don't even wear that now, right? We
barely.
Just wear sometimes I don't wear pants to work.
Yeah, I haven't worn pants in ages.
I had a client call me today and I answered. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Outside watering the grass." And I was literally in my boxers.
Watering the grass?
Yeah, watering the grass. Like that's the world we live in now.
It is the world we live in, man. But that's it. That is the world we live in. That's welcome to the new world order. Look at that. Huh? Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that time. All right, now the bell is coming out. We're getting ready for a lot of Scott Hudson tonight. Bell is ready.
I gotta say, forgive me in advance. I watched this in multiple parts and stints without taking notes today because I didn't think I was going to be able to make this show. So just getting it watched between things was the best I could do. So
okay. Well, listen. As we talk about, I'm sure it'll jog your memory.
Yeah. Well, and you were a little late again, so I had extra time in the tree.
Not too bad.
So, not too bad.
I was in here first with Bill. You were late coming in
because I got stuck in the treehouse. That's your fault, though, because it's a domino effect, right? I was like,
man, he's late.
Trent said he's going to be 5 minutes late, and I'm like, okay, that's time. So that, but
my 5 minutes plus his 5 minutes turns into 12 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
While Bill patiently waits on East Coast time. But thank you, Bill. But we'll get going. Let's get going here. So this is at the top of it. I want to say so. It's February 4th, 2004. Again, hot show. Another hot show. I loved it. It's just everything is just firing on full action on these shows in 04. Yeah. I absolutely enjoyed it a lot.
It's getting good, which is making me be really critical of the things I don't like on the shows.
That's an interesting take, though. I like that. Okay. And are there some on this one? I want you to point them out.
Well, his name's Scott Hudson.
Hey,
I think he had one of the worst performances tonight.
The ref better.
He was just awful. When he was,
awful.
we'll get into it. When he was with the translator and like shaking the head to the translator when he had no clue what he was saying, it was awful.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. He was on the show a lot today. A lot of
Yeah, that was
stuff.
the only negative. It was too much of him.
I mean, it's just for anybody. I don't care for any interviewer. It's a lot. Even if it was Mean Gene, I'd be like, it's a lot of Mean.
Oh no,
Gene.
it's overdone. Like you have to have more than one. Like when they were doing the stuff with Terry Taylor, like mix in something. And honestly, they've already gone the female backstage route.
Mm-hmm.
You at least have to have some with a female interviewer.
Yeah, you do.
Already tease that with the audience. Now you can't just go, Mr. WCW. I'm from the South.
I agree, because it's like the same. It's the same format. Match, back to Scott Hudson.
Why did we lose Terry Taylor? Terry Taylor was fine.
I think he went back to the E at this point.
I think he did.
Yeah, Terry Taylor's he's weird.
Guy?
No, but his career is weird. If you actually look at Terry Taylor's like employment, he literally ping pong between WCW, WWF, back and forth, and then when TNA came out, it was TNA, WWF. He would go every 2 years, almost like he needed a change of pace. Like he was ping ponging back and forth constantly. It was so odd, but
maybe that's why he never had a big run. Yeah,
it was weird, man. So either way, hopefully, I think at some point, I thought Goldie goes back to it. Maybe I'm missing that. I know when they go to
that is correct.
Goldie has a TLC show. No,
yes, she was teasing it like a week ago. I didn't know it was like in production or anything, but she does. It's called. Hold on, I think it's called. Calling the Cheapskates on TLC.
What?
And it aired last night, so definitely check it out. I know she posted footage of a lettuce bikini.
Yeah. You're kidding me. She's got. Let me see if I'm gonna talk to my Amazon Fire right here. I'm gonna ask it right now. Calling the Cheapskates, you said, Bill?
Yes.
All right, hold on.
Play Total Nonstop Impact.
Let's see. Hold on. Oh, I don't think it heard me. He's trying. I don't think it heard me. I gotta try it after we're done. I think I'm streaming us on Twitch just to make sure. I always stream us, see how we look to everybody.
So
making sure.
Truck knows all about this.
Goldie in a bikini made of what? What are we missing out on here, man?
If you want to do it, I can't do it for some reason. But if you want to do a share screen of Rooney, it's on TLC's Threadline.
Is it okay? TLC?
The footage of the salad.
TLC Redline. What?
Just TLC.
TLC.com. Okay.
At TLC on the Twitter.
Okay, let's see. At TLC Twitter. Let's take a look. Okay, TLC.
And it would have been last night.
Is it the first thing on top? Like if the video plays immediately.
Hang on a second. At TLC on Twitter, you said, Bill?
At TLC on Twitter.
Twitter.com/TLC.
Gotta support our girl Goldie. Friend of this particular program.
Let me pull it up here. Well, she's let's see. Okay, hang on a second. I'm trying to find her. They're tweeting a lot here. This
that
is not.
Doesn't need any reference.
Well, that's why I said it was last night. It was
last night. Okay, let me go.
Top on mine. When I went to their timeline, it was.
They got a lot of shows on TLC, man.
Now, did you go to at TLC and not a different account?
No, I almost went to official TLC, which is the Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls TLC, but it's not that. I'm almost there. I'm 6 hours ago. Like that
TLC is righteous as well.
Yeah, TLC is great. If you grew up in the 90s,
that's the TLC network. Which is
I'm on it. Is
everybody else familiar with what we're talking about here with Goldie and
I don't see it here. I'm trying to tweet. I'm going through their tweets. I don't see anything.
Here, I'll put it in the private chat.
Put it in the private chat. Yeah, I'll pull
if
it
you're
up.
Coming in right now, it's like
we're talking about she's our girl, Goldilocks, man. Yeah. That's our girl. Well, the thing is, TLC, they retweet every mark that fucking tweets them. That's the problem. Their feed is their feed's a disaster. Their feed's a complete. It's a bunch of marks. All right, here we go. At TLC, let me pull it.
I'm a mark singular.
You are a singular marque.
Okay.
All right, yes. Let's see. Let's get this going here. All right, let's pull this up. Let me share a screen of Rooney. Oh my God, we might get in trouble for sharing this. All right, share screen. This is split. She's our friend of ours. We can do this. Look at that. Look at this. Goldilocks. Look
Who's she managing here?
I don't know, but she's in a fucking.
She's managing a lettuce wrap.
she's managing it pretty well, man. Holy crap.
So we should have Goldie back on to talk about
Good Lord.
NWA-TNA, but also to plug her TLC
Whatever she
show
wants.
because, clearly
Absolutely.
she needs our audience base here to
Let's do it.
her TLC show over.
But definitely find that link, post it around, tweet it out, give Goldie some support out there in her new venture.
Well, hey, everybody in the chat. Thanks for coming on and hanging out with us. It's Time Machine Tuesday. We appreciate it. Let's bring Goldie back for sure. Truck's here saying we should bring Goldie back on.
Yeah.
Let's do that for sure. Did this get streamed in the Treehouse tonight? I didn't see an announcement. I wasn't.
It got streamed in the regular Discord watch along.
I'm sorry. It did. Okay. By truck? Yeah. By the truck?
By truck.
Truck streamed. I don't think I retweeted it this time. Usually he tweets about it and then I retweet it for the watch along. Sometimes I'll get a post.
I believe Truck was still on the road doing this, so he was doing it from the hotel.
Well, thank you, Truck. He's on the road still. Oh, he's driving. Yeah. So thank you, Truck. Truck on the road. Bill, you got competition on the road. It's Truck on the road now.
I think Bill automatically loses his spot. Truck on the road just.
Whoa! All right. Well, I like this. It should be a sitcom. Bill versus Truck on the road. On the road, Bill versus Truck. But Truck has a name that's synonymous with like road and driving. So like, Bill, you need
where I'm going. I don't need roads.
Aha! See, these are nice little taglines for the show we're gonna do. But let's jump in, guys. February 4th, 2004.
Wait, we have a bit of news.
Oh, we got news. Good.
I think Bill should announce the news that we
have. The hot news.
Oh, the hot news off
news.
This is
non-throwback, but
yes, but this is news that Bill has to deliver.
Let's do it.
Yes, it is New Japan for their show August 14th in Los Angeles, California.
Los Angeles.
Has announced Impact Wrestling superstar Moose will be on the show against Ishii.
Ishii. Look at that. Moose making his New Japan debut, right?
Is it?
That's
he did Noah. He's done Noah. I know that for sure.
Back during the days with Ring of Honor, I think this is.
Because he did Noah for sure. I know that.
Drama King's on this show too.
Yeah, he's a commentator.
Oh, he's a commentator.
He's a commentator? That's weird.
Yeah, he's part of their like English broadcast team. He's the color man.
There's a lot of Impact talent.
But that doesn't mean he might not show up on the show. But,
you mean Matthew Raywalt?
Honestly, I can't remember it. I cannot remember his name yet, which is again testament to not a good
Raywalt
name. I just can't remember it.
He just has one of those names like a boss yells, Damn it, Raywalt.
The Resurgence is going to be loaded with Impact connections.
Is it really?
Big time.
Well, you got the ones
that is streaming in the Treehouse, by the way.
You got the Good Brothers, Finjuice, maybe a friend of John Moxley's named Sami Callihan.
All the signs point to, for sure. We'll see what they do. Tier 3 patrons, we will be streaming New Japan Resurgence in the Treehouse that night live.
Let me see if Moose has ever done New Japan. I'm looking to see in his cage match.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there was a technicality during one of and I may have even been there for it when they were doing the joint shows, the Ring of Honor, New Japan.
Something counts, yeah. If they consider it under,
because they could. That could be.
They very well could. You're right. I mean, it's a backdoor way to consider it in if it's through the Ring of Honor.
It's
okay,
like technicality at that point. Though.
Here you go, Bill. I found it. Here we go. He's done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 under the Ring of Honor versus New Japan banner. You probably were at some of these New York. It was Terminal 5. Last one was in New York in 2016.
Yep, I'm sure I was there.
It was Dalton Castle versus Leo Rush versus Elgin versus Moose. So, and you probably were there. Terminal 5. And then he has fought Ishii. How about that?
Yeah, because that's how they're kind of teasing it. It's a rematch from 5 years ago.
Dearborn, Michigan, May 9th, 2016. He fought Ishii in a War of the Worlds 2016.
Yeah.
So how about that? I've been to several of these War of the Worlds, but the ones in Chicago. He was at the Chicago one. It was Okada and Moose against Tanahashi and Elgin in Chicago. I was at this. I know that for sure. It was 2016. It was one of the last. It was after this that thing started to really go a little haywire at the Ring of Honor camp. Like when a couple of I don't know, a couple of guys came in and really had their way with this. I don't know, man, pillaging this poor promotion.
So was Moose not there when all that stuff happened?
He left right before it. He went to Impact.
He shows up in 16 in Impact.
Yeah,
later in 16.
Yeah, because he does the match that won against Dalton, Leo, and Elgin. That's May of 16, and he was in Impact June. I want to say, Bill. He's there.
That might be one of his final matches in Ring of Honor.
Most likely. Actually, I'll tell you right now, that might be it, because I remember him showing up in the summer in Impact.
I do remember it being the summer as well. I'm trying to think, was it a specific event? I feel like we've seen it on the Twitch commercials.
Yeah, a lot. His last Ring of Honor match was July 8th, 2016, against Chris Daniels, where he lost. It was at in Baltimore Miller at Aftershock 2016. And then he showed up in the Feast. His debut match was the Feast or Fired, which he did not win. Like, what the hell? That was his debut.
Crazy.
His actual debut match was a Feast or Fired.
And what, do you have a date on that?
It is January. Well, hang on a second here. Oh, wait, my bad. I'll tell you that. Maybe that wasn't his first one. Hold on a second. I'll tell you right now.
Cage match.
Cage match is a blessing, man. Let's see here. Wait a minute. Okay, give me a second. I almost got it pulled up here. All right, his first. Well, how about this? He did. Okay, I'm going to take this back for a second. He actually did. Looks like a. No, this never aired, Bill. You might have been there. Moose fought David Starr in Impact. That's his debut. It's July 13th, 2016. It's a week after his final Ring of Honor one. And it aired.
Is it at the Impact Zone?
It's at Orlando. You remember this? David Starr? I never knew David Starr wrestled at Impact.
Was it for Explosion?
No, it says on Impact Wrestling TV shows. I don't know. I know this did not air, unless Starr was a complete jobber. They just fed him to Moose. And then the following tapings, he defeated Eddie Edwards, and looks like that's more of a debut than anything else. Then he started teaming with Bennett, and we went from there. So that's really weird. I never knew David Starr wrestled at Impact. That's odd.
That's a pretty good knowledge there, because I can't imagine it was much of a run. I like very few appearances.
Dark, maybe? Was it a dark? Maybe it never aired. It could be that it never aired on TV. It says it aired in episode number 628.
628?
Yeah, July 13th, 2016. It's a week after.
Well, there is footage. David Starr wrestled Suicide on a one night only.
He did.
X Division. He was. I do remember him being part of the X Division one night only. So that was probably this set of tapings.
It probably had to be, but I don't think this match has ever aired. It's a 2-minute match. I can't imagine this ever aired.
It may have, but you forget it was just Moose beating on somebody.
Yeah, just jobbing some dude out. That's crazy.
Christmas.
That is crazy. That I never knew that happened. The next, so that's his only match. Those tapings, because he did all his run-ins on. He ran on Eddie and shit like that. So, and then he fights Eddie in the next tapings in August of 2016. That's when he does a bunch of matches in August. So that's very interesting. Oh, we getting rated by Front Row Material? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike Freeland and company, and Mikey Whipwreck, Jerry Lynn. Thank you guys.
Which we were just covering.
To the Rit also
in the last few weeks.
Oh yeah. The Rit, Beardo, all those guys at Front Row Material. Thank you guys. Thank you guys, all the FRM fans. Thank you guys for jumping in. We're going to jump into NWA-TNA number 80 from February 4th, 2004 right now. So let's jump into that. Now, guys, I was on my buddy Dave's couch. We had just forked over our $9.99, ordered it on pay-per-view, settled in, maybe February, probably Chinese food, got some of that, chilled on the couch for 2 hours, ready to watch some TNA on a Wednesday night. Mark, you still broke as a joke at this point?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wait, what was the date of this show?
This is February 4th, 2004.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still in Houston, scratching and clawing, trying to stay here, and realizing that I'm going to have to make a move at some point soon. So,
okay.
Yeah, busting my ass working at this point.
And now look
very
at
boring life.
Total balling now. It's all just balling now, man.
No, I think you put a curse on me, dude.
If I cursed you, then truck's fucked. All I do,
Truth.
I mean, look, I want to reach a point in my life where I can just be in my boxer shorts, watering my lawn with nothing but boxer shorts on, and not giving a fuck to what anybody thinks. Like, it's my house, it's my goddamn property. These are my fucking begonias, and I'm gonna water them. Fuck all you guys. I want that life. I don't have that life yet, Mark, but I want to get that life. But Bill, got the email pulled up. Where were you? February 04.
I know where I was.
He knows.
I know, because this is where Billy Three Jobs was
Three
around.
Jobs at this point. Okay.
Yeah, so this was when I was working some seasonal part-time stuff for the Sixers and the Flyers down at the center in Philly. And this was
is that the former Spectrum now? Is that
well, it was initially called Spectrum 2 very briefly, but it was like the Core State Center on Wachovia, then a bunch of bank names.
Yeah.
But this was the Sixers hosting the Lakers that evening.
No kidding. Nice.
And Sixers win.
Sixers won. Okay.
Sixers win.
Was Spectrum 2 across? Was it a new building or was it the same building? It's renamed it?
Well, no, it was a different building. The original Spectrum, I saw Beck at the original Spectrum, but I think it was closed out by like Pearl Jam or somebody. And then they tore it down for parking.
Oh, really? So it became parking for the new one. Is that what they did? Just
pretty
the
much,
new one?
yeah.
They do that a lot around here too. Like the White Sox stadium, which is now called Guaranteed Rate Field, which the logo is like an arrow pointing down, like it's just lower rates. I'm like, this is the worst name for a fucking park.
That's bad.
There's been some bad names. Names.
Guaranteed Rate Field, which I'm like, how did nobody just call it Great Field at that point? Guaranteed rate. Like, why didn't it get nicknamed Great Field?
Yeah, like usually when you can tighten it up and get like a nickname for it, then you can make it tolerable.
Nobody ever did it.
But that's a tough one.
Now, the cool thing about that one is the old Comiskey Park was what is now the parking lot for Guaranteed or Great Field, but they've kept the original home plate where it once stood is right there. It's in the parking lot, and you can
they did that too.
That's what I think is pretty sweet because it looks right at the skyline. It was one of the older stadiums, so like every legend stood at that home plate, which I think is pretty neat. So it's something not something they get advertised much of, but if you come around,
no, you almost got to trip over these things.
Yeah. So if you come to Chicago, you can sit on the original home plate where the first All-Star game took place, and Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig, all those guys stood at bat. So it's kind of cool.
Tiger Stadium, same way.
Do they really? That's good.
Well, there's a little piece of it saved. Like my first year living in Detroit was '99, which was the last year on Trumbull. So I went to a lot of games one season, but I was glad I got to see it. It was falling apart, but it was a piece of history.
Absolutely. I'm a mark for old stadiums and buildings. Like I went to the old Mid-South Coliseum when I was in Memphis. Got to look inside. It looks like the time capsule down to like the paint and graphics on the. What's amazing. I'm like, man, the amount of amazing wrestling that went on in this building is just fucking mind-boggling, but awesome stuff. All right, let's jump in though, guys. We open up to recap the 79 with some bonus promos, which we all love. The bonus like promos that they filmed the week before. So they got Watts, a little bonus with Watts where he's down on his luck. Callis looked like he just got out of the ring. He's all sweaty and happy about it. Watts is talking to Bill Behrens, saying I got to do some soul searching. Bill Behrens looks like he can give a shit about this, but Jeff Jarrett and Callis and Goldie are in their little. And she's like, I got to talk to you. A heel Goldie, a lettuce, not pre-lettuce bikini Goldie.
Yes, but looking absolutely
gorgeous,
beautiful.
She's still gorgeous to this day. Goldilocks is absolutely gorgeous. The new opening montage, it's a new video package. Did you guys catch the little hidden? Did you catch what popped up in the video package? A little brief graphic. It just said under new management popped up for a second in the opening. And I was like, I didn't catch it because there was a running theme throughout the show.
Yeah.
But I didn't catch it. I'm like,
that was definitely a theme throughout the show.
Yeah.
But I started thinking to myself, I'm like, is this where like Dixie is taking over? I'm like, it didn't click at first that it's the Callis theme. It's not the Dixie cars, not the oh my god, I forgot the fucking. What was the name of their the gas company? Panda. It wasn't the Panda. They had already taken over at this point. Okay, the opening segment's heavy, so bear with me while I set it up before we all get it. This is a long opening segment. This, am I crazy? At least
North would be proud.
They would. This was very formulaic. Up north, at least it was extremely long. All right, let me set it up, and we'll go around here. Borash opens it up and says, "Under new the company's under new management." and tells the fans to remain standing for Jeff Jarrett, who's coming out accompanied by Don Callis and Johnny Fairplay. All the heels are ringside. All the faces are on the ramp. And I love this. The refs are in between the two, which I think is a very subtle but very smart thing. I mean, you kind of put the refs between them. It's like the referees are here, faces, heels. I'm like, that's a subtle detail that somebody who gets psychology is like, you can't just have them butting up against each other, because why aren't they brawling then? Have the referees, the authority in between. And I wrote down, this is smart. Jarrett says he's running the show tonight. We get to see Tom T. Stenenbaum, though.
Finally.
And he looks exactly like what I pictured him to look like, by the way.
See, to me, he was a letdown.
Was he?
I thought he was a better phone voice than in person.
Same.
By a lot.
No, he didn't match my headcanon in terms of how he looked.
No? He looked like just a shitty fucking fat Southern lawyer to me. Now, I Googled his name afterwards, and I got nothing. Not even in a result popped up. 20 minutes, damn, truck. That's crazy. It was 20. This is very Triple H-y for that 20 minutes.
Right, yeah. I knew it hit 20. I wasn't counting specifics, but I knew it was
why. 20. This is why. Do you remember Bill around? Yeah. At this point, this is why. This is at this point. You'll remember this, Bill. They were literally comparing. They were like, Jeff Jarrett is a Triple H of TNA. This is when they were saying it. This is because it was 20-minute opening montages like this.
You could say that same thing is happening down south right now.
It's absolutely happening down south. But he comes out, and the music is horribly amazing for him.
It's pretty bad.
It's so like Carnival Barker shit is what I wrote down.
Perfect.
He states that the NWA board has resigned, including Bill Behrens. They've all resigned in the wake of all of this.
Which Steve Harkey's hitting what we all expected. Cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Cigar in the mouth.
Boss
Hog.
Boss Hog?
Yes.
Are you looking at the Boss Hog?
That's what I was thinking too.
I say
now.
I say Jeff Jarrett. Oh my God. World champion. Now this is an interesting way to write off all those old guys like Barons and all that shit. Like if you're writing them off TV, it's a way to do it. Addresses the refs and faces, says they've all breached their contracts, and said they can be terminated for said breach if they don't turn things around. But then Callis has an under new management sign that he's just waving around at this point. Jarrett tells Simon and Swinger specifically to reveal who signed the oath by tonight, and if they don't, both will be fired. Jerry Lynn, either you win next week, the America's X Cup, and if you don't, breach and you're fired. Sonny Siaki, I've tried with you tonight. I've tried with you, so tonight you versus Kash. And if you don't win, breach, you're fired.
It doesn't even make any sense.
I just love like breach. El Leon, either you take that goddamn mask off, or when Abyss beats you tonight, you unmask. If not, breach. I should hit the bell for breach. Says he has a mystery match tonight, and he knows who it isn't. Says if anyone has anything to say, speak up. And Chris Harris, this is the Chris Harris breakout now. Chris Harris takes the mic and says he has a problem with him. Says he's sick and tired of Jeff Jarrett and making this Jeff Jarrett show, speaking for the crew. And Jarrett calls him a mid-card. Yes, for all of us. Calls him a mid-card tag team wrestlers. And the line I found hilarious is Chris Harris goes, "You don't own TNA. You can't do this." And I'm like, that's ironic. That's just ironic.
Big moment for Chris Harris, though.
Big. Well, again, they do break him out. They jaw back and forth. Harris comes down. They brawl with Jarrett. All the heels jump him. My issue with this, though, so Harris comes in, right? All the heels jump him. It took the faces like 60 seconds to come like, hey, we should go save him. Like, it took him forever to get in there and, like, help the guy. Like,
maybe
he's getting jumped.
Slippery.
I was like, he's getting jumped. Like, everybody's like, should we? Nah, he's got.
He's got all 15 of them. He's good.
Yeah, he's good.
That's a wrestling thing, though. That isn't just here. For some reason, faces are always super slow to react to chaos in the ring. Like everyone thinks they're gonna super Jarrett, Hulk up. They're always gonna come through. They don't need help. I've seen it from indie shows to the major promotions. It's like, why? Hey, little help out here, little help. But it takes forever.
It took a while. But But yeah, anything you guys got. This is a very heavy opening segment. Like a lot going on.
It's kind of becoming more frequent. Here.
It is.
As
becoming
getting,
more like these other companies.
Yeah, the show is starting to take form now. It's kind of been a mad carnival up until, I don't know, 3 months worth of shows ago. And now you're really starting to see the stories come together, the continuity come together, the production come together. It's becoming a real wrestling show at this point.
Yeah, it is. It is very, it's systematic at this point.
Yeah.
And they're following that. They set up a lot. They set up your show here. It's just a very long segment, though. It's long.
Trent, was it long?
Very long. God. Anyway, we go to Scott Hudson.
Boo.
And this is the one that Bill wanted to talk about. It's Scott Hudson with Antonio Pena and Armando Quintera talking about the America's X Cup. And at one point, I think Pena says that AAA is now teamed with Triple L. And I'm like, what the hell was Triple L? I never knew there was a Triple L. And I'm like, did he mean EMLL? But I guess not. He said Triple L.
Yeah, like CMLL.
I don't know. He said we're teamed with Triple L. I was like, okay. They're united from Mexico. What did you not like about Scott Hudson here, Bill?
Well, I usually don't like anything about Scott Hudson and his delivery. But here with a translator and someone speaking another language, it just seemed that much obvious how bad his style is. Like, you got to adapt a little bit.
Yeah.
Like him doing his normal, I'm a serious reporter, right in your face. Yes. I'm constipated, but I agree.
COVID would have made Hudson's career impossible.
But it made it even worse. I'm like, come on, man, you're just so going through the motions here.
I'm just shocked though, that they did not just mix this up a little, like we were talking about, like bringing a girl.
Well, that would have been perfect. You could have anybody do this interview. Like,
yeah,
hey, have the 3 Live crew do this interview.
Yeah, I mean,
like, do something. Mix it up. Scott Hudson, especially. Yeah. This was the start of seeing way too much of him as usual.
A lot.
And if you're going to see that much, you got to be likable. He's not likable. For some reason, I don't know, maybe he was a party backstage. I have no clue. But it feels like he has dirty pictures on somebody with the career he had.
Do you think it's like they're just limited for people? Because my thing is like,
because it is a trend. Every time they have a backstage interviewer, they overuse them. Yeah. Even Goldie was over. Like, she would have 10 segments a night.
Yeah,
Goldie,
and we love Goldie, but we like Goldie. Yeah. So you have to be very likable if you're going to just keep hitting that same person over and over again. And to me, Scott Hudson, like I guess they're like he's vanilla, so he won't turn people off.
Right,
but he turns me off.
I think he's just just a standard. He's your standard reporter. Like there's no personality to
Scott Hudson. Much of that. Like,
he's got one thing they're trying to tap though at this point, and that's he's familiar to WCW fans.
That's obviously what they're riding is this WCW.
That's
Scott Hudson back here.
Yeah. Well, it's consider the time frame, right? 2003, 4. It's that's what
you're no sucky WCW. No Scott Hudson.
Yes,
not good WCW.
True.
You could have put anybody.
Like, he represents ass WCW.
Yeah. My thing is like you could have brought in anybody from the Indies. You could have made somebody new here. Is my thing. Hudson had his moment.
Goldie.
Like having Hudson drive up from Atlanta. He's or Savannah. He was a Georgia guy. Having him come from. I mean, I'm shocked you couldn't get somebody from, Tennessee, NWA Wildside. Somebody new who was like what Goldie was. You're right. Like Goldie. I remember Danny Daniels was telling me that he's like, I used to see Gold in IWA Mid-South shows in the early 2000s when I was working. And she was just kind of doing backstage reporting. And that's how kind of she got discovered in that loop. So like, there's this role is on the Indies. So like tap some indie, you didn't need Scott Hudson. Maybe like you said, it's credibility, the WCW thing.
The beginning of TNA was all about who has a name we can capitalize on. So that's why Jarrett has to be champion and all this. And thanks for the bits. Someone's that not even, I think, speaking our language is cheering bitch, which is fantastic.
Thank you very much. We don't really push, but yeah, I gotta say, guys, don't forget, by the way, real quick, if you're watching on YouTube, give the video a like. Twitch, don't forget to sub. You have Amazon Prime, give us a free sub. Cheer bits, please. We appreciate that. If you sub, you get exclusive emojis, emotes, and one of them is Mike Tenay, and Johnny Swinger for that matter, for speaking of throwback.
2 on this episode.
That's right. So 2 from this episode are emotes. in our subcategory. But go ahead, Bill. Sorry.
No, but just I agree with you. I think they had a tendency to lean in for these names, but this is just one where it's like they saw a name. Like I understand Tenay. Tenay's a name. Lean on Mike Tenay. But to me, Scott Hudson was like, he was kind of an afterthought up there. But they put a lot more stock. But obviously, he wasn't there early. So they bring him in later. So
when they move Goldie into a character role,
correct,
that's when they move.
But they just
overkill though.
Too much of them. But I know, I don't think he makes it through this year.
No, he does. He doesn't make it to Florida, which is weird because he's in Atlanta.
Yeah, no, he doesn't make it to Florida because then they go back to the tried and true. They get the female backstage reporters again.
And do you remember they get Shane Douglas for a while?
And they did have Shane Douglas. And that's the thing. There's probably a wrestler that you're not getting a lot out of in ring. You could have them be doing this right now.
Yeah. I remember one of my favorite. I talked to Shane about this too. I said, you know what was a great detail when you were a backstage reporter, which is a forgotten thing about Shane. He actually had a yellow. His colors were always yellow and black. He had a yellow shirt with the black TNA logo. Yeah, which I thought was interesting. I'm like, it was such a small detail, but Shane was like, I'm going to do this. I got the yellow shirt with the black TNA logo, so it was still very franchisey while doing that role, which I thought was a nice little detail. But yeah, so anyway, they're talking about AAA and Triple L, which I've never heard of. Uniting in Mexico, and they're coming up for this whole thing. But he referred to Pena as TNA Mexico representative. So they were really branching into Mexico a lot at this point. I forgot they were really like essentially opening an office in Mexico too. We get a door. Yeah, they were doing all this shit, man. We're gonna see later on with the Brian Urlacher thing too. They were doing all this stuff back then. We got a recap of Disco of David Young with the ICP and new vignettes outside. Young's talking about being afraid of clowns, which is a great, perfect for him, by the way. We get a little music video plays for the ICP single Tilt-A-Whirl, which is a great song. And they cut a promo against these two. So it's ICP versus Young and Disco later on tonight. And then we go right into a match. Shaggy 2-Dope, Violent J against Glen Gilberti and David Young. Too Tough Tony was banned from ringside apparently by Glen Gilberti from this whole thing. Violent J is actually pretty decent in the ring. I mean, he's
I think so too.
I think he was confident for sure.
That's always been the case. Even in WCW, he was by far the better of the two.
Yeah. Even Shags like hit a top look reg drop, and ICP wins. Too Tough Tony comes in at the end during the brawl. Nothing too major here, but they do win. They pin Young, I believe, right?
Yes, Shaggy pins Young, I think.
Yeah.
But Jay hit a nice DVD on Disco.
He did. That's what I'm saying. He did it. He's not
well
bad.
Delivered.
Now the crowd is still very juggalo-y, which is much to the chagrin of our buddy first save a night, our buddy down and now in Florida, who was in the crowd for all these, who said he did not like the juggalos in the crowd because there was a very big divide between juggalos.
I can see that.
Hi, Kyle from Australia. Thank you for joining us, by the way. New listener. You can go ahead, Bill. Elaborate on that.
Well, you could tell was when they were leaning into the ICP stuff and the juggalos, that's going to get a divide. Like they'll have a devoted fan base, but there's a good chance it's not your existing fan base. So it's
probably going to clash with your existing.
I got to imagine the people that were already going to the Asylum that were part of that were like, oh yes, bringing in ICP, we love that. Single digit % probably. But then they brought in people, which they need because the Hogan thing fell apart. They needed some new draws, and you call it. They want to keep doing that. Now, I think in my opinion, they went way too far. I think they leaned way too far into ICP because they let them take over the show for the last couple weeks, pretty much.
Dude, big time. Like the whole show is focused around them now. Yeah. You know, like the fan, not the whole show, I shouldn't say that, but a big portion of it is like their fans are front and center hard cam. Go ahead, Mark.
Half an hour's worth of time probably devoted to
it's like a JCW show for which, hey, that's fine. There's plenty of fans of JCW, but it's not TNA. It's not NWA-TNA right now when it's that heavy.
And I get it. They're hot right at this point. ICP is extremely popular. That fan base, you want to tap into them and get them hooked on the product. The thing is, do they stay afterwards? I'm sure some do, but not this level. As soon as these guys leave.
We still have these debates today with Kenny Omega and AEW and all this.
Big time.
It's the same thing. But you see, Johnny Fairplay, Survivor name. People know. They show later. We'll go all the coverage in ESPN from Urlacher and the media with Fair Play. It does make sense, and I think you should take advantage of these. But they're doing them at the same time. Like they're doing multi angles with this, and that's where it's too much. It's the overbooking of TNA.
Yeah, because ICP, Brian Urlacher, Johnny.
Very symptomatic of the company as a whole, like in everything that they do at this point.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Like even now, you're right. It's like it's not just AEW. It's like New Japan. You know, we're gonna bring Ring of Honor into this too eventually. We got MLW teasing,
in, baby.
I mean,
if the goal is a super show, then that could make sense.
Sure. By the way, there's a lot of MLW and Ring of Honor tease going on here too lately. I've been seeing the talent teasing it. Yeah, talent's got to throwing teasers out. I don't know, man.
Those two specifically, or in general across the wrestling world?
Between the talent from those two specifically,
from MLW and ROH specifically.
Yeah, which was never the case because there was always this weird heat between all of them. They buried the ROH one for a while ago when Aries was doing his thing. They buried that one. I know that was solid. MLW always had heat with Impact.
Well, it seemed like that couple of years ago during the Mania week in New York when MLW was sharing part of United We Stand, like they were in that X Division match.
That's right.
But then he didn't make it due to injury. So MLW pulled out technically of that match. Right. So, but since then there hasn't been anything with MLW.
Yeah, and Court Bauer's taken shots at Impact over the years a lot. He's been one of those.
Well, if we judge everyone on that, which it will get to us, we won't work with anybody.
That's true. They're working with Billy Corgan now too. Go figure.
Yeah, like Billy went much farther than Court did.
Yeah, he went nuclear.
If they can bury it with Billy, they can bury it with anybody.
That's a t-shirt.
Well, you know what? We should honestly cover this on the throwback. Jeff Jarrett's available.
Wait, he got let go?
Yes,
he got let go.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here. He did?
He did.
Yeah, Ric Flair took all the news, but Jeff Jarrett also quietly got released.
You're kidding me.
I think they're going to undo all those Legends deals, and honestly, I kind of get it.
What?
Like you're paying just a lot of guys to like show up for like a Raw once a year. Why are you paying them all that money to do almost nothing for you for a video game or somewhere else?
Yeah, that's what they want. They want the licensing. That's what it is.
Yeah, but that's how much are they overpaying these guys for that opportunity? Probably.
The Legends contract's $100,000.
See, that's probably too much. We have shareholders to answer to.
I remember what Scott Hall was saying. He's like, I don't have to work at all from the Legends deal I get because he's like, I just get money from that all day long. NWO shirt, the Scott Razor Ramon shit, the video game. He's like, I'm fucking set. He's like a couple $100,000 with that alone, which is nuts. But yeah, Jarrett. Jarrett, Sanjay got let go, right? Sanjay's gone too, isn't he?
Well, he got let go from his backstage producer role too. Yeah,
I think he orchestrated his release. It sounds.
Did he? Oh yeah, he's going to AEW, I guess, or something, right?
The next day, or the day it got announced, he was at AEW producing.
He was.
Matches. Yeah.
Oh, he is. Okay.
But you got to watch out with those producing because, like, Daivari he's working with like 5 companies right now.
Yeah, he's going to be on Impact on Thursday again this week.
Wait,
so
what?
I don't think you have to be like. It's freelance, it seems, these producing roles these days.
Sanjay quit Brian said, okay. Interesting. Yeah, dude, that's weird. But they're paying these guys a lot, and to be producers, you don't need all that, I guess. You got these writers now. You got 28 writers writing, segments. What the hell they need a producer for, right? That's nuts about Jarrett, though. I could see him making an appearance here. Why not?
Why not?
Come home. He's been talking about nothing but TNA.
I'll tell you what, I'm amped up for it.
Hey, forget about it. Shit, who knows? Maybe he'll re-release those or put that back out. I don't know.
Volume 3, baby.
Volume 3 and 4. Need those still. But let's see where we. All right, so ICP wins. We're back to Scott Hudson. I'm gonna save the cowbell for Jarrett. I'm gonna move this to Jarrett.
There you go.
All right,
Scott Hudson's a good one. Just go Scott Hudson. Just like that. But it's with the America's X Cup team, and Captain Jerry Lynn says they are going to win next week.
Front Row Materials, Jerry Lynn.
Front Row Materials, Jerry Lynn, absolutely. Who's on a bit of a hiatus. He's busy with AEW coaching, but it's Jerry, Elix. Yeah, he did Screws. Jerry, Elix, Sanjay, and Sabin. That's the 4 for Team USA. These are fun. These are a lot of fun. The X Cup tournaments are great when they kick off.
To this day,
yeah. And then we go to the match. Kid Kash versus Sonny Siaki. Now, we get a real recap beforehand. This was actually a good match. This was a good match. I think Siaki did a great job here too. I was happy with Siaki. And Kash chops hard as fuck is what I wrote. As fuck. But Borash gets involved on this. Tiny, Miss Sara gets in. All help. Kid Kash attacks all of them. Siaki wins. Callis comes out and threatens those three and then fires them and kicks them out of the building. I do like Kash does one last hair pull on Miss Sara on her way out. They gotta be, I mean, they have to be like the best of friends with the way he abuses her at this point.
Callis has been working this year fire shtick for a while, huh?
Breach, baby, breach. But he tells Siaki, once you do lose, you're gonna be fired too. Kash then beats him down, puts the under new management sticker on his chest. Now, this I like for Siaki. I think we got an interesting thing. If you lose, you're out. And he's going to wrestle the fucking matches of his life now to stay in.
It gives some kind of meaning to his character.
That's it. It's because he's a mentor. He's got some mentor who's backing him, who's the mentor. But did you guys not like the match? I thought the match was great. I think they did a great job. No,
yeah, it's all right.
I had fun with it. I thought these two had good chemistry.
Kash is a solid worker always. So I mean,
underrated.
Do his half.
It helped working with Kash.
Yeah,
we got to do something to pump up the fact that Kid Kash is
I
honest
tagged
to
him
God.
for this review.
Did you? He is either TNA Impact Wrestling legend, not mentioned enough. I mean, you're talking the first 2 years. We're in year 2 here, or year 3 actually, and he's all over. I mean, he's been all over the company for the first 3 years as a prominent guy. Doing some innovative shit, mind you. You know,
and showing a lot of versatility, not just in one role. He's been the face of the X division. He's done this great stuff that he's doing right now with the clipboard and getting people signed up to, loyalty pledge. He's did stuff with Trinity. Great shit. Really good intergender matches.
I can't remember if I've ever met him or not. Bill, you're gonna meet Kash at an indie?
Surely.
I am mad. He was not one of those guys though. He was not like.
Wasn't.
He didn't really come out during intermission.
Live plenty of times, but
but he wasn't the merch table guy. He was very kayfabe with that. Like he's not gonna sell his T-shirt.
Because for the most part, he played his character. He's old school. Like he's not. He can't be like a heel that works a merch table like the heels today, where it's like, I was a heel out there, but I'm your buddy.
Right. He doesn't do that. He's trained by Ricky Morton, so he's got a very old school territory mentality.
We've seen him beat Ricky Morton up.
Which is another great thing he's done too. I love it. I just love his abusive nature. It's just funny as hell to me. Like he's so over the fucking top with it. I'm talking like he's so over the top. Like he's abusing Miss Sara, who's 75 years old at this point, and she's a fucking troop. Like talk about gangster as shit.
Big time. Like
she's taking bumps, man. Which I think is amazing at this point. But she's great.
That's for Asylum.
She was an old school wrestler though. She's awesome, but no, he just has this over the top. Even when he did the Grizzled Veteran thing in 2013, and he was killing all the old X Division kids. I mean, the young X Division. Oh my god, I fucking loved it. He was murdering. I remember a match, Bill, you're probably there, against Joey. Was it Joey Mercury when he came back with the dreadlock gimmick?
Yes, York.
Christian York. Sorry, and he beat the fucking piss out of Mark. You need to find this match. Christian York and Kid Kash. You would have thought, I think 2013, Bill.
Yeah, Christian York. Then he comes back as part of whatchamacallit?
Serotonin? Serotonin gimmick?
No. Well, no, he actually goes through the where they try out everybody. He's a gut check guy.
But man, Kash, Mark, you would have thought like York tried to sleep with Cash's daughter. Like he beat the fucking piss out of him.
Was it like a door Shogun explosion?
He has that against everybody though.
I know.
That's true. He works really, really stiff.
I'm gonna see. Hold on. I'll tell you right now. Good old cage match here, man.
He makes you feel like that he hates everybody.
He hated all. It's on. There's a clip of it on YouTube. It's the X-Division tournament. Christian York versus Kid Kash, and then it took place. Here we go. Kid Kash. I'll tell you exactly when it happened.
In my ass.
No. Let's see. Kid Kash, Christian York. Here we go. So they fought a couple of times. Let's see. 2013. Christian York, Kid Kash. TV episode. They actually fought. They fight anywhere else? Maybe not. No, that was it. But it was a short match, but it was great. I remember him just beating the piss out of him. It was amazing to me.
It wasn't great for Christian.
No, and that was like his comeback too. But it was, like I said, short match, but he really took him out, man. So go check that out if you guys get a chance. Where we leave off here. So we are at Scott Hudson. With AMW Harrison Storm asking how he knows who Harrison Plotty, I know the mystery opponent is. How do you know who the mystery opponent is? And Jarrett comes in and demands to know. You gotta tell me, God damn it. And then they all brawl and whatever. Now, small detail here, but I love this. Harrison Storm are back there. If you're Jarrett and you really want to know, you're gonna find this guy. I don't care if he's doing a fucking interview. I'm gonna go ask him up to his face. Fucking tell me right now. I don't care if you're doing it. It's not clean. You know what I mean? It's not like, here's a clean interview segment. You're not gonna find out, Jeff. It's like, dude, I'm Jarrett. I'm like, fuck this guy. I'm gonna go find out right now. Tell me the goddamn opponent. I'll interrupt your shit. I love the realism of like, if you're the heel and you want to know, and this guy knows, you don't care if he's doing a promo. You don't care if he's busy. I'll interrupt you in front of the camera. I don't give a shit. Love that these little nuggets of realism. So lost today. Again, why is the camera there? It's the why is the camera there mentality. He's interviewing him. Okay, cool. Well, I don't care if the camera's there. I'm going to fucking find out who my mystery opponent is. Screw all you guys. Whatever. It's just that little bit where now it's so sterilized today, where it's like, it's got to be a fucking clean segment just like this. Like, if you're the heel and you see a guy doing an interview, it's like, no, he's vulnerable. I'll go ask him right now. I know where he is. He's in front of the camera. That kind of shit is great to me. And I notice around this time in TNA, they're really paying attention to those little nuggets of realism. Like they're trying little realism bits every now and then just to make it so that psychologically you're kind of like, it makes sense. It's not just a clean wrestling show. It's not too edited in that sense. It's like, pay attention to those. I've been catching a lot of that lately in 04 so far. So yeah, they just kind of brawl and call it a day. And then the match after that, Abyss versus El Leon. Now, I must have... Oh, yeah, okay. So Borash has been kicked out at this point. Remember that. So Borash, Tiny, Miss Sara were all fired, right? Breach. Again, proper psychology. Abyss is coming out. There's no ring announcer. So even Tenay's like, well, we got no ring announcer because they kicked Borash. I'm like, great. You didn't just substitute it with somebody immediately. You made it's real. Like, the guy's gone. And then they bring out this dude who looks just like Jeremy Borash, like a thicker Jeremy Borash. Tim Wilkes, who was the director of media, they called him.
So he's the Ross Foreman of the day. At
the time, I think he was. This is when probably Ross was up in WWE. And director of media. And he looks just, am I crazy? Did he look like Borash, though? Like a thicker Borash. Like, watch his back. Without the tips, he's a thicker Borash.
Close enough that the joke was funny, yeah.
Right. but he comes out looking confused, like, shit, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, he does it. And, which I don't know, it's just a small detail, right? And then El Leon's out. So Styles runs in, attacks Abyss. And so the match ends with it's squash, a DQ, double DQ, right? Nothing happens. Styles runs in, attacks Abyss, gets on the mic, demands his title shot. Callis comes out with Tom T. Stenenbaum. I'm gonna give him a bell until he leaves. says he can. Wait, I'll write it down here. Okay, he's like, I will give you a title shot, sure, but it won't be a world title shot. It'll be a tag team title shot, and it'll be against the red shirts tonight, and your partner will be Abyss. So this is interesting now. It's kind of makes no sense, but it's interesting. It's like, go ahead, Mark. You rolled your eyes.
The booking is, I don't know.
It's not.
I don't.
We want this guy back. We want him back.
Yeah, like I have no interest in this only because of the way it's booked and stuff. Like,
why'd you take me out?
AJ and Abyss don't have enough of a history and a thing here to like that this is like a Raven Dreamer type situation or anything like that. I don't know. I just don't like this. And I think I also hate that the red shirts are involved in anything. I want those belts off these jackasses immediately.
But that's revisionist history, partly.
Yeah.
Well, no, I always hated the red shirts. Like,
did you really?
Period. Yeah,
Well, they
like,
were heels. They were heels.
Well, yeah, and no, even on the early reviews when I was coming on before I was regular here, I fucking hated the red shirts. I was a black shirt guy. Like,
That's a black team
But
black
the black
shirt over there.
shirts,
yeah,
that's you know who was leading
the
the black
underdogs.
shirts.
Well,
Well,
they were the
no,
underdogs.
they were led by the Harris boys, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm
right,
saying.
the
You know
beginning.
who.
Oh, that's right.
That's
So
right.
there's not
That's
really a lid here.
the lesser of two
okay,
evils here.
Oh man, I don't like any security. Fuck
There you go.
security.
Anarchy. He believes in anarchy. Marked right in anarchy
But
symbols
so,
everywhere.
Point being, I already didn't like the red shirts, and then revisionist history revealed like I really don't like the red shirts, and then they won the tag belts, which they did not deserve. So
It was, and it's a 1 week. Where if we find out, it's a 1 week title reign, which
Yeah.
is so useless.
what was the fucking point of this?
Credit? I don't know. Just to
It
belt
didn't
them.
but it didn't give them anything.
No,
The credibility earned like this.
like I often have the combo of belts, right? With AAW, and Brian knows about this, and we talk about this a lot. Brian's in the chat right now, so like, you know, how you use a belt to obviously give the credibility, especially even on the independent level, which it you know, some of that indie mentality is here with TNA, right? It's like, how do you use a belt properly?
Mhm.
And it's like, yeah, a 1 week reign for two security brawler dudes didn't do it. Like, I think maybe some of it is almost like a token. It's like, here, put this on your stats.
But it damages your belt.
That's exactly. It's a flip flop of the belt because they beat 3 Live Crew.
They probably still thought that like a Northcutt was going to be a major star down the road. Still.
We all
Probably
thought
at
so.
this point. Yeah,
I still thought so.
I mean, with that Northcutt driver, like, yeah, the very creatively named Northcutt driver.
Very creatively named.
To be fair, there's been about 1 million wrestlers that just call what they would never drive.
Blank driver or like
I
blank
just
suplex.
like the way Tenay's call. There it is. We've heard about it. That's the Northcutt driver.
Right.
Don's like, the Northcutt driver. And then later on again, Tenay's like, he does it. He says it again.
Almost like
devastating, the Northcutt driver.
almost like Tenay got to the building. He's like, let me look at my notes here. What we got here?
Northcutt driver.
He goes, Don, did you hear about this? I heard Kevin Northcutt's got a new finisher. We better go talk to him about it. Kevin here. Hey, Mike Tenay. Can I call you Kevin? Can I call you Kevin? Oh yeah, Mike Tenay over here. Listen, I heard you had a new finisher. Do you have a name I can plug on commentary? Northcutt driver. Sounds great. Okay, Northcutt driver, and it's just a driver, front driver suplex. That's it. Okay, and just a Northcutt driver. That's what we're going with? Northcutt driver. That's it. Okay. All right, Don, you got that? It's the Northcutt driver. Let's really sell this tonight on commentary. Let's make sure.
And then Don's
This is a bunch of crap. This just sucks.
Exactly. Again, you're right though, Bill. They probably had a little faith in him being the breakout here. By the way, Joe Legend, huge in Germany in wrestling right now.
Is
right now?
Right now.
He's like David Hasselhoff.
He was on whose pod was he on? I want to say the Stevie Richards Ben Hameen pod, one of theirs. I forgot. He was on somebody's pod, and I saw it come up, and I was like, "Oh, listen to that!" I'm like, Joe Legend, and I'm listening to it, and he lives in Germany, wrestles in Germany. Germany's always had a pretty big scene, which wasn't always hugely talked about, but WXW and all that stuff was pretty big. But yeah, he's like. He's like, I'm wrestling 6 days a week in fucking Germany. He's like, I'm killing it out here.
Wow,
he's like, yeah. He's like, I don't need to come back to the US. I'm good. I make a great living. I got a hot German wife.
Good for him.
Hot German wife.
And I was
Good
like,
for him.
look at this, man. Like it's what did Truck saying? That's the debut to finish for Northcutt and had it immediately discredited. We were going to build someone.
Yeah, he gets kicked out of the first
oh,
time.
That's right. He kicked out of it. That's right.
Kicked out of. AJ kicks out. Yeah, like wait, what's going on here?
Northcutt driver.
If they only knew in 20 years that had become the norm in wrestling.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah,
you got to take your finisher 3 times.
Yeah.
That's true.
Except for like a handful of people on one hand.
Very protected
finishers.
Very few. One Winged Angel comes to mind. Very few finishers are that protected anymore.
And yeah, that one is. I got to give it to them. They really make that one a big deal. Yeah. That it's like that's one you cannot.
That came from a different place though. That came.
Yes.
Japan protected it, and it's continued to be protected.
Who else has a very protected one nowadays?
Moxley's is pretty protected too. Paradigm Shift is pretty protected.
Well, technically, when he wrestles, Petey's.
Petey's.
Yes.
Petey's. And you notice one thing in Impact? I think the directive came out. don't do that. If he's in the show, nobody's doing that move. Nobody's been doing it since Petey's been on. Think about
Good.
this.
Yeah, I think that's good too. Absolutely, I'm 100% behind.
I see it on every indie show.
Oh, yeah.
Bill sees 85 destroyers.
Let's throw another. Let's do 5 destroyers.
You know who was the worst with it was the Lucha Brothers, though. My God,
dude.
they threw it everywhere.
I think
that's a very cool looking move. Let's do it again.
It is great.
Yeah.
Super kick.
Unfortunately, that move's been done to death, but we digress. This move did
but not now. Mapidi does it.
Actually, in the chat, guys in the chat, if you can think of who else has a very protected finish today, just throw some names. I'm curious to see what comes up in the chat. Because it's rare now, right? It's really rare.
It's rare to protect it the way that we're talking about how a finisher should be protected, like in the old days.
Yeah. So backstage to Scott Hudson, and he's with the Sandman, and he introduces Terry Funk. And he's fucking Terry Funk gets in there. Talking about the match, he talks about how my wife is nuts, my kids are goddamn nuts. I got a horse that's constipated. I need something to do, and I'm here with the Sandman. Let's go out and get out,
this is big. This is the debut of Terry Funk, right?
Terry Funk,
looking amazing.
This is huge.
I'm watch along. Oh yeah, and the Discord watch along.
I love Terry, but the match was god awful.
Dude, it was Terry Funk though. Fucking salt and everything.
Yeah, it's CM Punk and DiNero with Jim Mitchell versus Sandman, Terry Funk. I noticed the under new management sign is underneath the logo at this point, which I thought was great.
I like that too.
The Gathering beats Pin Sandman. Funk attacks everyone. Shit match. Nothing about it.
Hey man, we got a Funk moonsault at this point. Funk's got to be.
Is this the
61, 62?
This is 2004. He's born in 44, I believe.
60.
Okay, yeah, which is still great.
60 years old.
Still spry at 60.
And I mentioned this, maybe it was in the watch along chat. Like, he's one of those guys, like, all of us love Terry Funk because, of course, everybody loves Terry Funk, and you never hear a bad thing about the dude.
Never.
That's awesome. So many times in this business, from when you're a kid, you're like, oh man, I used to love whoever. It turns out they're like a real shit heel. Terry Funk, not the case. Turns out he's a great guy. You gotta love that.
Great.
Yeah, and that's a guy. He went Hollywood,
he
never disrespected the sport. He always came back to it. Always held it in high esteem and reverence. Not like a lot of these other guys that didn't put it down.
Came back from Hollywood and became the ECW World Champion.
Well, that's the thing. I always loved Terry.
Shit. So
because he was Eastern Championship Wrestling, man.
Has he not wrestled in 4 years? That's the last match. It was like Rock and Roll Express and Terry Funk against Brian Christopher, Doug Gilbert, and Jerry.
Well, I think his health deteriorated
right
around then.
That was the last match. It was 4 years. I remember when he came back from Hollywood and he attacked Flair after the Steamboat match. And he's like asking for Flair to like be I'll take a shot, Rick. And he's like, listen, Terry, no disrespect. You've been over there in Hollywood hanging out with Sylvester Stallone, eating caviar while I'm over here working. So why don't you get back in line? He goes, oh, Rick, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that, Rick. Oh, I apologize. And he like knocked him out. And he's like, and then the beatdown of Rick, I'm not good enough for this banana nose, bucktooth Ric Flair. And just like beating him down and shit. It's a great beatdown. The first table spot in wrestling, happens that way. I mean, from it's said to be the first like table pile driver. The table doesn't break though. Like he pile drives Rick on the table and then he kind of tips over. But like
it's one of those tables Impact was using last year during the pandemic.
Yeah, nothing was breaking.
Yeah, nothing was breaking at all.
Nobody gimmicked the table.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I remember the first time I had to gimmick a table and I didn't know what that meant. And they're like, "Can you go gimmick? Can you go gimmick the table?" I'm like, "The what? Wait, what?" He's like,
"What now?"
Yeah, gimmick the table. I'm like, "Wait, I gotta do what?" He's like, "You do know that these are like that you don't just go through a fucking table like straight up like that. Sometimes it would kill somebody." I'm like, "Wait, you're killed." The illusion was dying. It was just dead. Like it was just dying right
for me
on the vine. It was just dying, and I'm like, and he's like, "I got taught how to do it," and I'm like, "Son of a bitch!" It was the combination of that, and I remember earlier that day, like Phoenix and Tommaso Ciampa like worked out their match for later that night. Move for move, and then they went and did it move for move later on, like 3 hours later. I'm like, this is fun. The illusion's dead. That was the day the music died for me, man. It was
you, Tommaso Ciampa.
The AAW Windy City Classic 2015. Brian was there. He knows. it died. That was the day everything. The last bit of illusion I had was out the window.
That's the risk, man. That's the risk.
It's the risk because I had they didn't fucking move for move. It was nuts. But Terry Funk here, let me see. He does a few more matches with TNA at this point. He sticks around for a little bit.
Dude, this is a guy who at 53 years old revolutionized wrestling. What the fuck? Like, unbelievable career.
Just one more match for them. That's it.
That's it.
One more next week, and that's it. That's it. He doesn't do any for Impact on the Impact banner at all. He may have showed
for W.
He might have been there, but he didn't wrestle.
Hardcore Justice. He may have showed up at Hardcore Justice.
He might have showed up. He didn't wrestle though, because there's no match under Impact here. He did House of Hardcore in 2013 with Tommy, but no other matches. God, he did a New Japan match in 2010 against Chono, Choshu, Abdul the Butcher, Izuki. What Ishii? What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Jesus Christ, what a nutjob. I love him so much.
And don't forget, he pretty much invented the death matches that like Kenny Omega goes gaga for.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true.
And
dude, Funk was there's nobody who doesn't respect and love the Funker. He's on the Mount Rushmore. He should be for everybody.
If you're not a fan of Terry Funk, man, seriously, just see yourself out. I don't know what to tell you. You know,
that's wrestling right there.
Yeah, I guess, man. I guess. I gotta call something out in this chat, man. I don't know what it is with Zach Bonifer, dude. All he does is take shots at me, like personal shots at me every show now.
Oh,
every show,
right here.
Every show. I don't know, bro. I don't know what I did to him at all. I seriously, I don't know where we went south, but like something went south here because like he has taken like personal pot shots at me like every episode, every show we do now, and I cannot figure out why. So if anybody listening on audio, this is in the live chat. I don't know, man. He listens to every show.
Bonifer, tell him what the fuck, man.
Dude, I don't know. He listens to every show. I'm sure it's not for me, but dude, like you don't have to take fucking shots at me like live. Like Jesus Christ, I didn't do anything to you. Fuck. I'm telling you, man. This is it. Once the throwback is done, I'm out of your fucking hair. Okay, I'm out, Zach Bonifer. I'm out. I'm all out. I'm gone. They're gonna handle Thursday and everything. I'm out. I'm only doing Patreon stuff. I gotta take care of a
stable version of Trent. You never know when you're gonna get like Trent just all of a sudden out of nowhere, and he's like, well,
it, man. That's it. I listen. I want Zach Bonifer. I'd rather you just come up here and just fucking spit in my face, my friend. Just spit in my fucking face at this point, because this is what it's coming down to. Jesus, I don't know what I did. Constantly, every episode. I made good on that call to you, and plus I've made you I've opened the doors here to this palace over here. I've been back
palace. Oh wow, Nothing Swingers Palace.
This beautiful palace that we have of podcasting. We've opened the door to you. I feel like I've made up for that 6 hours.
Comes with this scary pillow that I like on this couch.
Nice. Is that a Blackcraft cult pillow?
It is not actually Blackcraft.
We had a big talk about Blackcraft wrestling off air. Blackcraft wrestling. Yeah, we had a big talk about that out the air on Thursday. That was interesting. Reading the thing about that show, the show that killed Blackcraft was great.
Crazy.
Oh my god!
I actually want to see it just to see what a fucking
I know.
Mess it was.
Bill, was it released anywhere, like IWTV or something?
Well, it should have, because it aired as part of the collective. So back then, I don't know if that was on IWTV or Fight, but I'm sure it is out there.
It's got to be.
I'm sure it was a package for all the Mania shows that they were putting on.
Somebody needs to find that and let us know where it is if you have those services. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. Find that Blackcraft show, man. Let's do this.
I want to see that.
Amazing. I want to do one. I want to do a special Patreon show. My boy Guillermo's in the chat. Right? Guillermo right here. This is.
I know Guillermo. What's up?
Yeah, Guillermo. So Guillermo, we think our boy Lakers swears a lot, right? Like Guillermo right here.
More.
Guillermo's got
everybody swears more than Lakers.
No. Listen, I have heard my Guillermo here. He has used 8 F-bombs to describe a pair of pants, dude. Like this guy can fucking swear.
Wow.
Yeah, but it all makes sense. So I want to do a special face-off on Patreon. It's Guillermo versus
No, let's not call it that.
Fuck that movie though. But I'm saying like Guillermo versus Lakers. in a fucking swear off. We'll throw topics at him. Be like, all right, guys, your topic is like bring a little cue card. Your topic is moose. Like who can like then just talk about that topic for a minute. Whoever fucking swears the most and makes it the most fucking terrible, over the top, ridiculous shit wins the point for that round. Face off.
Okay, you're gonna
profanity face off.
Howard, there you go. It's gotta have a catchy name.
There were fucking bell
but Guillermo can clean it up for the chat.
Yeah, he cleans up for the chats. He says frickin'.
Lakers doesn't care.
No, he doesn't.
He's always on 100.
He's going. That's right.
Son of a bitch, man.
Every once in a while, the Discord people be like, "Hey, man, is your caps lock stuck?"
Yeah, then he's 100% caps lock.
Where the fuck is he today?
I don't know
where the hell is he? Last two shows. Where the hell has he been?
Yeah, no shit,
dude. He disappears, and I worry about him because I'm like, what? Like, what happened? You know?
I know.
Like, what happened?
The Lakers is one of the ones who's always here. It's like you don't see him for 3 shows. It's like, dude, I was
I'm like, bro, what happened? You go to the bar and like fucking piss somebody off?
Probably who knows what he's up to.
He's probably fucking blazed.
Well, he's in my time zone. He's probably asleep.
Yeah,
he doesn't sleep, dude. Have you seen him in the Discord, Bill? He's up at like 4 a.m. going, "What the fuck is up?" You know,
well, on a weekend, yes. On a weekend, yes.
I love it, man. But all right, let's keep going here. Tenay sit down with Simon and Swinger, and he asks about the loyalty oath, and Swinger starts talking about the deception of Disco Inferno, the deception of Disco. Swinger talks about
you guys swing
prior to TNA, which is the ECW history they got. Fair Play comes in. He's like, "Hey, you got any Fair Play?" It's fucking like annoying. So annoying, but that's what they want from him.
Right.
He calls them liars, and then Simon just chokes Johnny Fairplay out. But they do this this dramatic close up on Mike Tenay, where he's like, and then
Mike
like
Tenay rules ass.
even Swinger looked fucking. Even Swinger looked uncomfortable.
There was a lot of drama to this.
I was like, "What happened?" Like
for whatever reason, but it was very similar. That we have to show the look. If you have Twitch or the emote out there,
you can take this microphone and shove it up your ass.
It was kind of like that. But if you have the Mike Tenay emote, throw it in right now. Weird though. I don't know.
Mike Tenay.
It's like it wasn't like they were teasing like Simon being the turn.
That's what it seems. Seems like it's Simon.
I was saying this during the watch along. Like to me, Simon. Like I know you guys are big Disco fans. Disco will never do it for me. But Swinger hasn't hit his full potential here yet. And DY, I'm not a huge fan really. To me, Simon Diamond is the standout of this group by a lot. Like I remember liking Simon and Swinger in ECW back in the day when I was in my 20s or whatever. But Simon Diamond is a dude I'm surprised didn't have a higher ceiling. Like I know he had a great career, and I guess he shifted and became very influential backstage, which I didn't know either.
Long-time agent for them too.
Dude, Simon Diamond is fantastic. This is a great run for him, for both of these guys.
I like Simon a lot. I mean, he hasn't done the Simon's Got a Problem thing here, has he? I don't remember.
Not here, no.
No, maybe there was a backstage segment where he made like reference to it once, but that's about it.
I wonder
like
why,
he hasn't come out and cut promos. Like, but that's the thing in ECW, he was the talker.
He was a talker.
Like they didn't really let Johnny Swinger talk that much.
No, there was Simon.
So we're starting to get a lot of what Johnny Swinger is going to become much later.
Simon's Got a Problem. It was great, man. Like he was fucking over his shit doing that too. I loved it. But yeah, he became a long-time agent for them years, many years. He's doing real estate now, I want to say, and he does retweet us. Thank you, Simon, for all the retweets of Throwback.
I couldn't find him. I tried to tag him, but I couldn't find him.
He's under something. His Twitter handle is like something goofy. It's not like Simon Diamond.
I mean, maybe he learned
something
at
goofy
the foot of David Penzer, the real estate game.
It's his Twitter handle is almost as goofy as Matt Stryker.
Oh, that was as goofy as Matt Stryker.
Sleep on the beach.
Except for maybe Stefan.
Wait, what's
underscores?
Simon Diamonds is I'm Ed Heavy.
Ed Heavy.
Ed Heavy. I'm Ed Heavy. That's his.
All right.
So that says I'm Ed Heavy. So this is an interesting thing. We'll see where it goes. Scott Hudson with AJ Styles says he's going to be champions by himself, is what he throws it out as, which is interesting. this is I hate when things like this happen when like one guy is the tag team champions because they did it with Kurt later on.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, Kurt Angle is the tag team champions.
So you know how I was very not watching wrestling in and out at that time that Kurt had it, and I remember tuning into Impact for a couple of weeks during this time of not watching wrestling, and he was the one man tag champs and being like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
That's how you have all the belts though.
Yeah, which was really cool, but it's such a weird. I don't know, man. I don't like that either. I'm not a fan of the whole.
Yeah.
Although I'll say that, and Willie Mack against the North at Hard to Kill in 2020 was a great. But he didn't win.
He didn't win. Had he won it, it would have been a different story.
Yes, yeah.
But he wrestled a great match.
He did, but I don't like that kind of booking.
Yeah,
it to me, the team that loses in that situation, even with shenanigans, looks incredibly weak. It has to.
Yeah, you have to say you have no division at the time.
Yeah,
which there are times where that could happen.
Right,
knockouts.
You're burying the division, then you got to build it up again. So
right,
exactly.
It's a risky move.
Yeah, you never want to do something that hurts everyone on the card underneath you, which that does.
They do something interesting when they do get to the match later, so we'll talk about that, how they kind of do tie it up a little bit with this one. Redshirt Security then after this against AJ and it's supposed to be Abyss. Abyss never shows up. We did get a tease for new Redshirt Security music for like a hot second, and they went right back to the but they teased it. There was some other music that started playing.
Both really.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. What do we got?
I think we got gimmick infringement.
Fat asses!
Well, what happened here? Oh, Steiner's in the fucking chat.
He's like, you can't use sirens. That's his gimmick.
Do we have a Steiner is emote, or is that from the Impact emotes? Is Steiner?
That's an Impact.
Emote, okay.
Which I don't think they've updated in a long time.
They have not updated their emote. They don't care about Twitch. Twitch is neglected.
We care more about their Twitch than they care.
I know.
By a lot. Yeah.
I think the Iceman cares about the Twitch too.
You would think they invest in that Twitch, man. There's still people watching on Twitch. Like get what you can out of it, but they don't.
Especially since it's established already.
Yeah. El Leon took out Abyss, and he's out for like the whole match here. So he's gone. They brawl. Chris Harris comes out to kind of distract a little bit. He's there for a little bit. Did he use a chair on Ledger Northcutt? He just distracted him.
Don't think he used a chair.
He didn't do anything, right? He didn't actually get involved. He just kind of stood there.
Yeah.
But the Northcutt driver, boys. Let's talk about the Northcutt
driver.
Let's talk about the Northcutt fucking driver.
It's fucking devastating. It's clearly the best finisher ever invented.
Unbelievable, the Northcutt
devastating.
Driver. Unbelievable. But AJ kicked out of it. Don West and Mike Tenay losing their ever-loving mind over it. But again, this is what I love about those two also. Is they can make something.
They're trying.
It's in the words of the Mary Tyler Moore theme song. She could take a nothing day and suddenly make it feel worthwhile.
Dude, let's end the show right there. I love that. I'm a huge Mary Tyler Moore.
Are you?
Oh yeah,
I love Mary Tyler. Who's your favorite character on Mary Tyler Moore?
Rhoda.
Dude, I thought Rhoda was gorgeous, man. I love Rhoda. Bill, you're a Mary Tyler Moore guy?
I can't say I'm a huge Mary Tyler Moore guy.
Ted Baxter?
But I'm a big fan of the boss, man. I'm a fan of the boss, man.
Oh, Lou Grant?
I'm a Lou Grant guy.
It's a show full of strong characters, great ensemble cast.
Dude, even Murray Slaughter. What a name. Murray Slaughter.
That's we should absolutely do. We always say that, right? We should totally do.
We got to do a sitcom pod, dude. I'm telling you.
Got to do it. All right. Anyways, we get into sitcoms. This is going to go to the territory where people are going to start bitching about.
I know.
Review.
Yeah, this is horrible.
Something like that.
AJ wins the belts, and then Abyss does make it out. He takes one of them, and it's an awkward like, hey, we're champions, kind of deal. So new champs. I forgot that they had a title run together. I totally forgot about this. This is a forgotten. I completely forgot. Bill, I don't know if you remembered it. I totally forgot that they had a title run together.
This is forgetful as
shit.
That's not forgetful at all, though, because we still talk about that.
We still talk about that one. I completely forgot that these two had a title run together. I get just shocked. I'm like, wait, what the hell did I miss? Because he's had he's held the NWA World Tag Title 4 times. Jerry Lynn, the first one, Abyss, and then later on with Chris Daniels twice before the TNA Tag Titles, which he has 2 times, once with Angle and then Tomko. So
close to having that run with D'Lo, and it didn't happen.
I know. I thought it was going to happen. I thought it was going to be D'Lo. I think it was supposed to be D'Lo.
I think it was supposed to be D'Lo.
And I think they had to pivot because D'Lo got booked in Japan. So they had to pivot that because it was
This
definitely
probably D'Lo's title.
I think so. I think it definitely was because D'Lo does hold it with Apollo later on, I believe. I'm pretty sure.
Did they win it?
I think they win it later on, and I can confirm it right now. I could have sworn D'Lo Brown actually does hold that title. I'll tell you right now. Let me see if I can find it. Let's confirm that right now because I believe he does. World Tag Team Championship. Let's see what we got here. Let's get the old Wikipedia. Let's see what we got here, guys.
Yeah, with Apollo.
He does bowl it, right? Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out when. Yes. With Apollo, our buddy Apollo.
He does, and which is who is El Leon, by the way.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it all connects. So it does make you think that he was supposed to win it here.
It's coming up. It's coming up, though. It's in this year. It's in 04. He does win it with Apollo. And it's not a long reign at all. So we'll find out as we get to it. But he does get a little bit of a reign. D'Lo has held gold in the company. At least he's had something.
That's better than nothing. He should have had a world title.
He should have.
Yeah, that's the travesty. But then also they did this whole thing with AJ. Like they had a number of tag matches together.
A ton.
Like, they were a pretty established team. For him to win it with Abyss with this storyline,
yeah, right.
As opposed to D'Lo.
Yeah, he and D'Lo were main eventing against the at the time champion, like doing it well, having matches with AMW and shit. Like
I'm guessing they had to just pivot because of D'Lo's getting booked in. D'Lo went to New Japan or whatever it was, so they had to.
All Japan, I think it was.
All Japan, yeah. We get the news coverage of Brian Urlacher, which was huge. Like it was all over the place. They're showing CNN, ESPN, MSNBC.
Make you feel like a lot of those shows on ESPN are still running.
Are they really?
Pardon the interruption.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? I don't know if Around the Horn still. It might still be on. Or at least
those guys
on.
Are still around, but I don't know if on that show.
But like that's like 2004, man. Those shows have staying power on ESPN, man.
No kidding, huh? But again, it shows you that Brian Urlacher thing was a big deal at the time. He was a top star, right? I mean,
it's almost surprising that they kind of okayed this. I wonder if like today, because it feels like they don't let the athletes participate while they're active.
This is off season, right?
Yeah. But I feel like they don't really like. I know WCW was big with the athletes back in the day, Karl Malone and Rodman and all that. But I get the feeling you wouldn't see that much today because like I guess technically, well, Gronk wasn't active.
No,
when he came back, when he wrestled recently, but then he came back.
Dude, even Rock had to get cleared by his Hollywood contract to do this stuff.
Even that, like John Cena's probably have to do some waivers, I'm guessing, for coming back.
Ronan saying the Bears told him not to do it, but he did it anyway.
See, and who knows? Maybe with collective bargaining with the union, they get some stuff. But man, you hear about like guys can't ride motorcycles, but if I can't imagine they'd want to go to a wrestling ring.
Right.
Now later on, they did it with like Ozzie Guillen and Johnny Damon was on Impact. Remember that? And then like and what's his name? AJ Brzezinski, after the White Sox deal.
Thing with Brzezinski,
big stuff, yeah. I mean, they were in the ring. They came down to Florida and everything, dude.
Worst
that was
World
awesome.
Series of my life.
Why? Oh, no, fuck that. It was my favorite. That was
the worst World Series I've ever seen.
White Sox on my birthday. Shit, yeah, dude.
Terrible. I was a huge baseball fan my entire life until I had kids. That was heartbreaking.
Really?
4 great games though.
But you got it later on.
Well, yeah, really. Yeah,
when they cheated to get it done.
I wasn't watching baseball by then either. So
cheaters.
When they watched a second of it.
Yeah. Also,
I cared about baseball was 2005.
Oh wait! I think someone's saying the trash can. What's going on?
Ooh, whoa. Fucking hey, you got the asterisks on the Houston Astros win. I gotta say, there's an asterisk on it, man.
Yeah, I don't care if there were cheaters again. I wasn't invested whatsoever. Didn't watch a second of it.
But the Sox one was great. That was awesome.
That's terrible.
I loved it.
There's still the Black Sox.
Terrible. Still the lowest rated World Series of all time.
Was it really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Poor White 4 great games. 4 killer games.
Yeah, they were great, dude. The series was a lot of fun, though.
Fantastic. All 4 games were close. I think there was a total of like 6 or 7 runs separating the team's total.
No shit. Yeah, I forgot about that.
2 overtime games. I mean, you had a walk-off in the 9th, the Konerko walk-off in the 9th. I mean, all these games were really close. You had the blown save with the Uribe Gapper in the 9th, which then you guys came back and won 10.
Yeah.
Like, fantastic series.
Dude, anyway, I loved it, though. Great time. 16 years ago.
And Tigers fans look like the White Sox. I hate the White Sox. Like I hate Cubs too. So it goes both ways.
I think 16 fucking years ago is what blows my mind. Jesus Christ.
It's a long time.
Oof.
That's fucking nuts.
Isn't that crazy, man?
Yeah, 16 years ago, because that's
nuts.
like I started the company I'm with now. I've been there for like 16 and a half years. So that's like
right there.
Wow. I was 23 then.
Jesus Christ. So long. Man.
I'd only been married to my wife for 5 years at this point.
Fuck, man. It's crazy. I still say Joe Creedy got robbed in the Golden Glove that year, though. It still bothers me.
Although I got a highlight beer here.
Come on, Mir. Stay up with us. He's on East Coast time, too, though. I get it.
Yes. I'm with you, Mir. I'm with you, Mir.
Thank you, Mir. We're almost done. We're almost done at the end here.
All right, let's finish it up.
Tenay and West doing their wrap up. Don West, electric blue on blue. Electric blue on electric blue.
Blue is Don's color.
Yeah.
Blue is Don. Like that's the go-to. When I think
Definitely.
of Don, I think the blue.
He looks good in blue.
Now he talks about all the major exposure they're getting at this point in TNA, and he mentions the 1 million hits a week on the website. This is very true, though. I will tell you this, because they were giving a lot of content. They were reporting on other stuff. There was a news piece on the TNA website where they were talking about other promotions at the same time. So this is a Borash thing. It has to be a Borash Thought Rider type of deal, where they're like, you know what? Let's just get the news. Let's just do a little news piece where we can tie into, and we'll just get the people to come here to get the news because we're a credible source. We'll talk about other shit going on in the industry.
Think of all the dirt sheet sites that probably get way too many views.
They were taking it. The TNA website was it was a daily visit for me and Dave. Daily fucking visit. We would talk about it.
Well, it wasn't the first obvious visit, but it was on the list.
It was definitely on the list. I mean, there was another one. There was maybe another. There was probably two before that. And once I got that out of my system, we went to TNA. But Dave and I literally would be on like AOL Instant Messenger at the time, probably. And like, did you see this on the site? Did you check this out?
Was it like Impact Fan #1 and Impact Fan #2?
I mean, dude, you know it, Bill. The message boards were the thing. It was message boards.
Shout out to AOL Instant Messenger.
Oh, man. Rest in peace.
Damn, man.
Joe Cool 7B in the house.
Look at that. But the message boards, TNA website. I mean, we were all indie wrestling. It was fucking nuts. Early 2000s were a great time to be a fan.
Oh, an RK here. There's another one. We don't say it, bud.
He should be. He should be. That's why you got to open it
from the beginning.
You got to open it up to more people here. You got to get these kind of people in. Otherwise,
like when they talk baseball, like that's Hall of Fame. That's like the architect's wing, a builder of it.
You need it.
Not your typical performer, manager, but that's someone that played a huge part.
You need it. You absolutely need it, man. So they should need to open that kind of stuff up.
Do you think it's a money thing though? Maybe it's that they don't want to pay for too many people to come in and
But what's it going to cost? I mean, what does it cost? I mean, honestly,
I don't know.
It's good. It's good PR, if anything.
Absolutely, I mean, I agree. I'm just saying maybe.
I know what you mean, though. Yeah,
because I absolutely should be more. One a year.
We're going to be here till like 2068 before we even get to fucking Sonny Siaki.
I think we would be here to 25.
I think you may have underestimated, Trent, how long it's going to take to get to Sonny Siaki.
Or Scott Hudson, who's with ICP over here. And Violent J is great here because he's like, wait a minute. First off, who the hell are you and where's Mike Tenay?
Yeah, I was with Violent J right here.
Yeah.
We never agreed so much on anything.
I wrote down, I go, Bill's going to pop for this one. He's like, who the hell is Scott Hudson and where's Mike Tenay? And Violent J goes on talking about, like, we were doing our thing. We had our hoes and our nachos doing our thing. And these two come in, try messing with us. So he challenges anyone from Jeff Jarrett's camp to take on Shaggy and him and Violent J in a Juggalo Street fight next week. So the winner gets the hose and the nachos.
Violent J's the fucking man.
He's great.
I'm not a Shaggy fan. He kind of sucks, but Violent J's the man. He's great on the mic. He's passable.
Is this the same promo where they're dropping their pants too?
No.
Or is that a different promo?
That's a different promo. But just more Shaggy's like,
look
at my face. Yeah. Shaggy's like, look at my face. Look at me. He's like, what about it? He goes, nothing. I just want to do that. And then he's like, Jay's like, that's when Jay's like, first off, where the hell is Mike Tenay? I love it. It's just funny shit. But
because I did like that line. Now
I did.
I'm loving the ICP stuff, but I totally get that Bill's right. They're leaning too hard into it.
A lot. It's
But
getting
I'm
a lot of.
personally enjoying it. It's
not hurt. I don't think it's like now
fun.
Our buddy Saban, I for the live experience, I can see what he means by the jugglers in the crowd. But as far as them,
oh yeah, if I was there,
yeah,
I probably would not be loving it.
Consider, right? If you're in the front row and this is all going on behind you all show long,
it would feel like a hijack, and I'm not a fan of a hijack.
Yeah, which happens on indies sometimes, and you're like, get the fuck out of here, you know? That shit happens. You get the people who aren't really the fans; they just like come hijack a show.
Yeah, because they're there just for one act,
just to troll, you know.
And
like they're the ones who make like references to old companies and gimmicks just to be funny.
That's what I got to imagine. If it's not pushing ICP, it was negative on other stuff. That's what I got to imagine.
Yeah,
it was
probably, and that's what sucks.
Which would suck. That would take away the entire focus of the show.
It does.
Kills the crowd.
It does. By the way, we're just a quick book. Violent J's book called Behind the Paint is an amazing read. I will absolutely say that. If you ever get your hands on a cheap copy or something, it is a phenomenal book. Just for a life story, it is fantastic. I have read it. I have it. Definitely worth a read.
And speaking of, one of the great stories is with Terry Funk.
Great story with Terry Funk.
What's the story with Terry Funk?
It's real. Bill, if you want to tell it super quick, it's you can tell in like 30 seconds.
Well, it's a thing where they thought they pissed off Terry Funk.
Well, because they had the death match, the tape, the Stranglemania tape.
Yeah.
So they took the death match tape and they commentated over it and sold a shit ton of copies
over it. And they were like, "Oh man, Terry's like pissed." Like, or maybe they heard somewhere they thought, "Oh man, he's not happy with us," or he was quoted in something.
They made a lot of money taking the FMW deathmatch tournament tape, did their own commentary over it. And they were like, "Oh, we got drunk Terry Funk come down here with Cactus Sack. Look at this shit." And they were just
take on.
Yeah, they were just fucking with it, right? And it was the whole tournament. They just didn't license it or anything, and they didn't really mean to dog it. It was just being them.
Right.
So yeah, go ahead, Bill. Continue off of that.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm trying to remember if it was either Terry said something in like an article or they said something, but it wound up where he invited them to the ranch to discuss this.
Yeah, they wanted to talk, and he said, "Okay, come
have a real death match." He was like, "Come on down."
And then they came to the ranch, and they talked. They said, "No, we didn't mean any disrespect, and this and that. You know, we apologize for it. It was just us having fun." And apparently, they were leaving. They settled their difference, whatever. And Terry says he walked in the door. They left. He comes back, stack of fucking cash on the table for him.
Yeah,
like a shit ton of cash, like on the table for him, like a lot, like 30 grand or some shit like that in cash, just left for him, like because they made a
apology.
Because
they made money from it. They were making.
I had the tape. Everybody I knew in the 90s had the fucking Stranglemania tape. That was a hot tape. It was cheap. It was like $10. It was a deathmatch tournament. It was hilarious, and it was. I mean, everybody bought it. They made a fuck ton of money. They gave him 30 grand or some shit in cash on the table.
At least they made it right.
They are. I mean, they're not bad dudes, really. Yeah. They're not. Like they're decent. Like they're dudes who grew up in poor Detroit, who
downriver, right?
Yeah,
downriver Detroit,
somewhere. Dude, and they're two just poor fucking kids from Detroit who literally made something out of this wacky fucking gimmick. It's like insane is what it is, but like they made something out of it and it worked for them. So I always respect the hustle that these guys put in. But yeah. So anyway. Watts comes out through the crowd. Now the crowd's really reacting to him here, which is crazy. They're like, fucking Eric Watts is back. And I'm like, he's only been gone a week. They're like, yeah. But like they're going nuts. Don flips out. Don's like, oh my God, he must be the mystery opponent. And then Mike today's like,
the overselling on commentary tonight was
Mike,
you could tell like Tenay is becoming a character. And
he's great, dude.
And Don's almost doing the same thing because it's like way we're talking about leaning, and there's some leaning into a lot of stuff in this episode. And this now it's like the overindulgence on commentary.
Dude, the best part was Mike today's like, no, he's not Don. Like Don's like going nuts, like, he must be a mystery opponent. And he's like, no, Don, he's not. He is not the DOA, but he's just here to do something. He's not the mystery opponent. He can't be because he got fired, Don. Remember? And he's like, oh my God, but what a coup. Like Don's fucking selling this hard, right? And he gets in there. He's like, I'm not the DOA anymore, so I'm back to being a wrestler. I have a wrestler contract now. And then Goldilocks comes out, and this is I love Goldie. We love Goldie, but this segment is so cringe.
Dude.
It's awful.
Okay. So I said the same thing in the watch along. Truck would dispute this. He loved this segment.
Why?
I thought it was too long because he says Goldie can do whatever she wants, which to a point. But this segment was so long and cringe, it was uncomfortable for me. Not a fan of this segment.
She says, "Welcome to Feminism 101."
Yes.
Well,
she even talked about like coming in. She opened the door. I'm like, oh, it's like Goldie's forbidden door here.
Basically, she talked about how she basically calls him a bitch.
Pretty
she's
much.
She's like, you're not a man.
She treats him like one too. It's
she
fantastic.
does. And she's like just down, like dogging his manlyhood, which is so weird. You know, like it's so.
Before it became popular in up north storylines, is this the first wrestling cuck?
Ooh,
I think so. I guess
it may be.
Now I think they were together.
A trope now, but shit.
I think
I know
they were together.
Done.
Yeah, done.
Maybe.
I believe they were together because she referred to being in a relationship that was bad for her at the time. I think this is it. At her show, she talked about it. I think this is it. But she kisses him at one point. She's like, "You're not a real man," and this and that. You had no balls to speak up, stand up for yourself. She kisses him. He's still like kind of sheepish, and then he gets up and he like plants one on her. This is like Mark and Miss Hot Wife on a Saturday night. You know, this is what it is. When she's like, "Do you want mashed potatoes?" He's like, "I got your fucking mashed potatoes," and he like right there in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. He kisses her, but then Mark doesn't go to choke slam his wife. Whereas Eric Watts tries to chokeslam Goldie, but Jeff Jarrett and the red shirts attack Watts at this point. And then Dustin Rhodes,
which is commended by Don West.
Yeah, did he really? I didn't catch that. What did he say?
He's like, what was he doing? He's like, well, at least somebody, thank God, someone saved him.
Thank God they're here. Oh my God. Like they're here to save him. What the fuck? This segment was way too long. And way too cringy, man.
Yes, agreed.
I never want to see this again.
Never.
I never ever want this. The whole Goldie Watts story has just not been done right.
That's the thing. This whole story, to any part of this is cringe now at this point because this storyline is buried Watts beyond belief. Like anything touching this is dead on the vine.
He's as dead as Sonny.
Yeah, he's written into a corner. Now they're actually getting Sonny out of the corner a little bit, but Watts is gone. You're like, what?
Buried beyond belief. There's no way for him back out.
Bill, it depends who the mentor is that they're talking about. It's not. It depends who that ends up being. But then okay, here's the worst part of this. Dustin Rhodes comes out. Nobody recognizes him because there's
which one's Jay?
Yeah, nobody react to him. There's zero reaction, Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah,
everybody's like, nobody knew what the fuck this was. And then it took him like
said. His shirt said.
Yeah, but like nobody caught it. They're like, who the fuck is this? Like, it's like you remember you just saw Gold Dust and now it's fucking it's redneck Dustin Rhodes.
Didn't Russo do that big thing with the natural jacket? Are you saying this isn't the same crowd? Oh wait, it's not. It's the ICP crowd.
It's the ICP crowd. They didn't react to him at all, and it took them like 2 minutes to realize it's Gold Dust, and they start chanting Gold Dust thing at one point, but no reaction until they start brawling in the crowd. When they start, so the match becomes official. He's the mystery opponent. Street fight through the crowd. Then they're reacting to that because
Tenay was selling it for the whole crowd.
Oh, Tenay was. I mean, look, the magic of Tenay, right? Like the crowd's not doing it. He's like, I got to make up for this. And he's like, I got Dustin Rhodes.
Honestly, I think he was making some of the calls in the match.
Tenay?
He was actually yelling at Dustin like on what to do.
Are you serious?
No.
He's like, yeah, punch him, and now move him over there, and do it like that.
Tenay's fucking agenting from the commentary desk. That's amazing.
I think he's done that before from the desk.
He's such a good mind, though, man. Mike Tenay's got a great. It shocks me he was never in a booking room. Like he was never a booker. Like the guy, he gets it. He knows psychology of wrestling. He clearly fucking puts it out there on commentary. But it's a nice brawl. Like it's a nothing match. It's a nice brawl. AJ gets in. Reds come in. Interference ends it with the Naturals come in and just take Dustin out of the chair. Jarrett wins. The tie-in here is that Dustin Rhodes used to be the natural Dustin Rhodes before, and now the Naturals, Chase Stevens and Andy Douglas.
I'm sure Vince went all nuts with it.
Oh,
They're like, oh yeah.
Russo's like, bro, that's gotta be great. Listen, they're the naturals. And he used to be the natural, bro.
That popped him, but nobody else.
You got Borash is like,
yeah. 18 years later.
Borash by like, which one's Jay? You know, he's like, what? And he's like, but bro, they're the naturals. And he's used to be the natural. Bro, it writes itself. That's why they attacked him. And he's like, why? Because they're both natural. He goes, exactly. That's it.
Come on, man.
I love Vince.
We need a crickets soundbite.
Russo uses the cricket soundbite, and he has such a bad one though. It sounds so like robotic. We need a good cricket soundbite.
Buddy Holly and the Crickets.
We need Peggy Sue just plays out of nowhere. That could be our little subliminal thing. We're like, we just Peggy Sue. That's it. That's freaking crickets to us. At the end, Jarrett's celebrating with the red shirts by the commentary desk. Tenay is phenomenal here though, end the show. He's like, wait a minute. Oh God, Keith Mitchell on the truck. He goes, I just got word that there will be a new director of authority next week, and you're gonna have to pay. And he's like, Jarrett's like, God damn it, what? And he's like, screw you, Jarrett. Like Tenay's going down with the ship.
Tenay Jarrett rivalry fucking rules.
Like Tenay is the band on the Titan. He's going down. He's like, fuck you, Jarrett. Fuck you. Like he's dying and just lets him have it at the end. I love it. I love Mike Tenay.
It's fun, but let's look at it today. Comparing that to today, that's saying like Josh Matthews or Matt Stryker would be the key person going against the biggest heel in the company.
Now that's an interesting take.
How much would you crap on that?
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
I think we're looking at it through
but that's a side
love of nostalgia with Mike Tenay.
Right.
But as a storyline, this is bad.
I kind of like Tenay being
because we like Tenay, but this just the concept. It's Josh Matthews winning the grand title. This is bad.
Yeah.
You're right.
You shouldn't be putting over the play-by-play man in this respect.
Yeah, you're right. You are absolutely right. That is, in theory, you're right. Like the theory of it, like the psychologist, like why is the lead announcer is like
he's the biggest face right now in the company.
He's the protagonist in the story.
Yeah. the 20-year rose-tinted glasses make it really enjoyable.
They do. But the other part of it is it's also a veteran guy like a Mike Tenay who Jarrett came after first, right? So that's the other part of it too. It's not like Mike Tenay took lead.
Yeah.
Jarrett basically
but the heel does go after usually anybody a little bit.
Now let me ask you this.
Just Mike Tenay took exception to all this.
He did.
Heavy as well.
He has a mouth on him too. You know, Tenay's shit. He ain't no bitch.
Tenay's a shit starter, man. Sometimes
his blood.
If you didn't like the cut of your jib, Tenay will fucking tell you. Shit.
Now, I don't think Stryker could pull it off. Josh did kind of do something like this when he got involved with the matches and stuff like that.
People hated that.
Now, that's what's up right there. Tenay never forgot that guitar shot from Double J WCW. That's it. That's the fucking shot right there, man. I think that's it. It's the revenge for the guitar shot in WCW. But overall, I do enjoy seeing it, though. I gotta say, what's with this bell? My bell has a mind of its own. I hear it moving.
Are you ringing that bell too much?
I might be. It's like vibrating. It's on its own.
Yeah, go kind of light on that bell. Not that there's like a camera or anything in it. Just saying, go light on it just in case.
From what? I'll put it in the light. Here it is. That's the bell, straight from Canada. It's an American-made bell in Canada. Clearly says "Made in the USA" on it.
They don't make anything in America here in America.
Yeah, but the bell that came from Canada is made in the USA.
Hell, strange.
Oh God! But that's it, guys. That's the show. That's number 80.
See, this is further proof that we can go under 2 hours all day when J-Bone is in here. And we diverted a few times too, but that's it. Number 8. We got 31 episodes left. It ends at 111, right? 31 left.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
31 left, guys, as of today. So
it's almost kind of sad, but that'll take us a while.
31 weeks is still a lot of weeks.
We'll be okay.
A lot of weeks. We got to calculate what the actual date falls on then. You know, where do we fall?
And it's in November. We did it once.
Did we? Is it November? 30 more weeks is still. We're more than halfway through the year now. I don't know, man. It might put us in 22.
I thought we did this once after.
We might have. I don't remember.
Maybe not.
Either way, though, it's a lot of weeks. But
I'll
no,
play
definitely
from Australia.
Kyle, thank you very much.
Kyle,
Hopefully you join us
Time it is
again.
out there. I have no clue.
Kyle, definitely. The UK, we have a UK team that's going to be live tomorrow, and
It's already tomorrow for him.
it is tomorrow, Wednesday, and then we have the main show. We do Impact and Access TV, watch along and review Thursdays for free as well. So come check that out. Thank you for joining us tonight, though, all the way from Australia. But very interesting. But yeah, it's a show. Any other closing thoughts, gentlemen, on this? Anything else?
Another solid show, though. I'm really starting to.
It's fun.
Again, they found their groove. It's starting to feel like a planned wrestling show now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. It's formulaic. It's very formulaic at this point, but
Not in a
It's
bad way, though.
not in a bad way.
It
No.
needed the structure. It was too off the rails all the time. early.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel they're having the discussions now. It's like, okay, we need to make this a TV product.
Yeah, which they're gearing up for.
Yeah.
You know, I'm counting here. Let's see, 21, 22, 23, 24. This puts us somewhere like February of 22, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you're talking 4 weeks a month, so you're talking
Yeah.
30
Yeah.
something.
We're like-
24.
We're like mid-February.
Okay.
Mid-February. So we'll
Okay,
be
so we
doing
got a while.
Tuesdays.
Yeah.
We got a while. We part of that's the winner.
Oh, this is Machine Gun of the Night by Road and Blue.
Then Kyle shows up. Then another Kyle. Wait, what? What happened?
The new Kyle, the new guy.
The guy from
Oh.
Australia has just matched the scumbag.
Shit, man. Please, no more Kyles. Not, I mean, our Kyle. I don't know. He hasn't been around for a while.
Dude, I've texted him and reached out to him. So Kyle, if you're still listening, I hope everything's good. I hope you're doing fantastic, buddy. Anytime you want to come back, we're here.
Nothing.
So
No reply.
nothing. He's probably drunk as fuck.
Probably. I don't
Summer
care.
of
And
Scum
just
my
because
ass.
we haven't had any Bone Man, we'll give him the J Gun.
The J gun. I love it. All right. Well, let's go. Let's start wrapping up. We've held the people for a while. Let's get wrapped up over here. Mark, where can people follow you?
You can find me at Mark World Order, MARKQ World Order on Twitter. But you can also find me on the TNI Discord. You can find that link on any of our socials or here in the video description. Discord's where it's at. That's where most of our activity is. I'm there all day since I work online. If you have any questions you need answered, Bill's there, Jay's there, I'm there. It's a good way to reach us and to be part of this community. You can also find me on the Patreon at patreon.com/WeTalkImpact.
There you go. Get on there, Bill. Or can I connect with you?
Mainly the Twitter, but also I'm on the Instagram. I'm my name, William M. Gardner, Gardner.
Very nice, guys. You get me at Transberry on Twitter. Also, Hemi Music on Twitter and the BSB Show on Twitter as well. Give that a follow. This show at We Talk Impact, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all audio platforms, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon. Rate, review, and subscribe, please. If you have iTunes, definitely leave a rating. It helps us get found even more. We hit number 2 in the Ugandan iTunes charts this week. Number 2
Wait a
on
second.
in the iTunes
Dude,
sports charts in
sick.
Uganda. Number
Sick.
fucking 2.
But we hit 4 in Uganda before, right?
We've been
this is our
4.
highest
I-
starting.
My question now is, who's number 1? Like, it's got to be like JR's podcast or something. Like, who's number
Damn you,
1?
JR.
Like, actually, I'm gonna. If you guys got a second, I'm going to.
Man, I want some of these
All right, good.
Ugandan
I'm going to do
listeners to
a
reach
box
out to us,
opening
man.
for our
A box-
Ugandan friends.
There you go.
If you are in Uganda, would you please join the Discord? I would love to connect with you and find out what wrestling is like what the state of wrestling is like in Uganda. I mean, clearly, if we're being listened to enough to chart, wrestling has a very good presence in Uganda. That's cool.
So we dropped down, like as of today. We were number 2 on Tuesday when the charts come out, or in the morning when the charts came out. We're down to 6 right now. We went down, but get the fuck out of here! Get the
Dude, Bill always has something.
a Kamala
How is this possible?
autographed.
That table is magic.
How? He's dead.
I've had it's a unboxing. I've been waiting for the right moment.
That's
And
it.
Uganda at number 2. I've waited for it.
I'm literally looking at. That's amazing.
That's
That is.
absolutely badass. Yeah.
Look
very
at look. We are only outdone on the Ugandan charts by football podcast, Manchester United Weekly, Eurosport Daily, ESPN FC. Like, That's who's out doing it. I'm literally looking at it right now.
And then there's total nonstop impact.
Yes. I'm looking at the
Go
charts
us.
right now.
Go us.
Who other wrestling is on here?
I mean, dude, how popular is wrestling in Uganda?
Dude, I don't know, but no
We
other
got
wrestling is on
somebody
this.
Tomorrow,
from Uganda,
baby.
please get in touch with
That's-
us, 'cause I have
Ever since
so
Jay
many
Lethal's
questions.
wedding.
So
Yes,
many
he did.
questions.
Look at this. Bruce Pritchard is 54 on the Ugandan
Whooping
iTunes
his
chart.
ass.
Look at that. We're
Sucking
whooping.
Pritchard.
So take that, Conrad, huh? What's up, Conrad? In the U.S., I'm not even going to try to beat you, but in Uganda, baby,
We own
we
Uganda.
fucking run. We
own.
reign.
That's right.
Dude, it's
Run
all
that shit.
soccer. That's crazy. How the fuck is going? What the hell's going on in Africa? Like seriously, I'm
I'll
looking.
tell you what everybody's loving here. They're like, J-Bone's number. He's number one. He must be number one if we're number two in Uganda.
Bone is over in Uganda.
Over. J-Bone's not feeling too well, so best wishes to J-Bone.
Yeah,
Please
best
feel
wishes
better.
to Jay.
All right, we're gonna get out of here, guys. Oh, I
Yeah.
mean, the rest of the plugs here. Twitch.tv/Total Nonstop Impact, YouTube.com/Total Nonstop Impact, ProWrestlingTees.com/Total Nonstop Impact, Discord link in the description below. Don't forget, guys, show schedule every Tuesday, Time Machine Tuesday, NWA-TNA Throwbacks. Next week will be number 881. Wednesday, TNI UK. They do a quick wrap up of the week previous and a preview of this week's Impact and Access TV. Then Thursday, no landlocking. Watch along on Twitch, twitch.tv/Total Nonstop Impact. And then the post-show review on YouTube and Twitch for the Impact and Access TV. Plus Patreon. There's Patreon content going on like crazy. Patreon.com/WeTalkImpact. There's bonus shows, private chats, rants, you name it. I owe people a rant. I know I have one in mind. I already got my rant ready to go. So I'm
If
gonna do the
you
rant.
are interested in watching New Japan Resurgence, what the hell's the name of that show? Resurgence?
Resurgence.
With lots of
It's our
Impact talent on
comeback.
it. We will be watching that together in the Treehouse Theater, Tier 3 patrons. You're going to want to get on that. Like, there's an AAW show coming up, Savages and Kings, that I'll be doing a replay for a few days after that.
There you go.
You know, we've got tons of stuff going on. So check it out.
Yeah, there you go, guys. So join that. There's all sorts of fun shit. So join the Patreon. Check it out. There's small tiers, or if you don't want to, pay too much, these smaller tiers can get you some bonus stuff too.
And Zach is right. There is a PWT sale going on right now. And
Did it
there's
start
also
today?
our other merch site as well.
That's right. So we are on Spreadshirt. If you go to Spreadshirt, look up Total Nonstop Impact, Spreadshirt.com, and then just look up Total Nonstop Impact. We have a whole merch store of all sorts of stuff, mugs, caps, tank tops. It's a bit of a long link here, but I think if you just go to Spreadshirt, you type it in, it'll come up. And then Pro Wrestling Tees, the sale, 20% off everything, I believe, starts today at noon Central Eastern, I think, today, on the 4th of August. So check that out. Pick up your shirts. The Alwyn Mike shirt is a hot seller. Go check that shirt out. It is really cool.
Great.
Yeah, and a bunch of shirts. I got a ton of stuff going on, so go check it out. Everybody's got a shirt on TNI PWTs. Other than that, I think we're good. Anything else, boys? Good,
That's it.
huh?
No,
Guys,
we will see you tomorrow.
Join the
in the
Discord.
chat.
Discord's
join the
what's
Discord.
up.
I'll
Jump
see you, and Bill will probably see you, and maybe even Trent tomorrow in TNI UK's chat
Yes,
at 12 Central, and that's 6 BST.
that's right. So jump in there, guys. Have a good night. And Twitter too. If you're not a Discord person, you can interact on Twitter. Definitely tweet us at We Talk Impact. We're always down for that.
All of us are active to some degree. on
Yeah.
Twitter.
So tweet us there. We'll see it. We'll get on there. But guys, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Have a great night, everybody. Stay safe out there. And we will catch you TNI UK later on, Wednesday, let's say. Wednesday the 4th. TNI UK will be on with Joe Bison and Steve. So check that out. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. We'll see you. Good night, everybody.